And we're live on a Friday night on the west side of Kern County, the most beautiful place on the planet, in my opinion, Tommy. Welcome to Taft High Baseball.
Yes, sir. Couldn't plan to be at a better place at a better time. The field's looking amazing right now as you see Coach Les Clark getting the field ready. You got Coach, I believe it's Coach Doug, out there dragging the field one last time. Taft High brings in tonight Washington Union up from the north side of, well, up in the Kern County area, but outside of Kern County area.
It's going to be Kings County?
Kings County, I believe. Yes, sir.
Basically Fresno area. So oh, good Lord. I got to get my mouth working. Need this energy drink real quick. Hold on, Tommy.
I got you.
Hold, please.
Holding. So, with that being said, the Wildcats were in action this past week. Saturday here at home in the Hall of Fame game, dropping that game. But coming back Tuesday with a fantastic performance out of the Wildcats, winning up north, I believe, correct, against Lindsay. And they won that game 7-0.
I think they ultimately rolled back the last two innings in the top of the set, or the sixth or seventh inning there, due to lighting and timing.
So 5-0.
Yeah, it's a 5-0 final there. Lindsay's no slouch. Coach Kindig and his Cardinals up there are a solid team. So to go up there, go on the road and get a win, especially after coming off a demoralizing loss on Saturday prior, is a nice redeeming thing for the Wildcats tonight.
100%, and I'll be agreeing with you in the fact that they did take a demoralizing loss here on Saturday, and I was like, wow, it's tough to bounce back from something like that, and the Cats did it in Cat pride. They went up there and worked Lindsay. Lane Cash throwing great up there, pitching well for the Cats.
Yeah, Cats went deep into the account and a lot of at-bats. We saw a lot of walks, a lot of those rocks across the plate, which is what happened to us on Saturday prior, so it was nice to flip the script and ultimately get on the positive side of the win column. You know, the Wildcats thus far in the year, playing Lindsay and CVC, opponent's record on the year is 6-2. So it's a tough schedule early on, and we'll see nothing less than that tonight against the 2-1 Washington Union Panthers.
No, agreed. Washington Union comes in with a very good squad. It's rumored that they have a few of them, maybe two, I believe, that's possible Division I commits. So they're no slouch by any means. But again, Coach Maddie's saying, "Our strength of schedule. I'm not afraid of anybody. Let's take it to them." And he's buying in, playing hard.
Absolutely. You know, his strategy the entire time he's been the head coach of the Wildcats is, look, I want to play the best because I want to be prepared for the playoffs time when things matter. Of course, league season matters. We want to be league champions first and foremost. But at the end of the day, you very rarely remember a team that's not a Valley champion unless you're a league champion. And we haven't seen one of those outside of the league championship the last couple of years. And his goal ultimately is to put a ring on these kids' fingers.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And to be honest with you, he's doing a great job. Tonight, he has Ben Nuncio back on the bump. Ben got the start on Saturday. Started off the game really well.
Definitely did.
He came out in the first inning, shut him down in 4 batters. Came out even in the second inning and pitched well, but then got into some trouble.
Get into a little bit of a jam, and I think it was the second inning where they scored 3 runs, and it was a 3-0 ball game for quite a while. Things got away from the Wildcats later in the game, even though we were facing a team from CVC that was very good. I talked to their coach, Shane Marshall, a little bit after the game on Saturday night, and I was just kind of curious what type of numbers we were getting on the radar gun for their pitcher, Case Anchor.
Yes.
I can't recall his name, but it was escaping me there. And he said, you know, they didn't bring out the radar gun. They try to focus on quality pitching as opposed to numbers, so the kid isn't overthrowing just to hit those metrics, which I respect. But he said the last time they had it out, which wasn't that far in the past, he was in the mid-80s with his fastball.
Well, I will say he threw well. One thing that the Cats have got to overcome early on in the season is the walks. We have to stop walking people.
Yep, on the offensive side of the ball, that's where you want to be. At the end of the day, on-base percentage probably matters more than batting average, right? Because if your batting average is 0, I could be on base a bunch of times or all the times and still have a 0 batting average. And I can't score unless I'm on base.
Correct,
right?
Correct.
So at the end of the day, getting on base is important. So patience at the plate on the offensive side is great. But when the other team exercises that on their side, you've got to be able to capitalize on the zone, hit your spots, stay in the zone as best you can, and get those guys out.
Yeah, and that's something that tonight I'm noticing when we were going over the stats earlier tonight. Washington Union pitcher coming in, he's their top pitcher. He's got a .88 ERA. He has only thrown, I believe, 8 innings over that period of time. But in that 8 innings, he has walked 6. So he's kind of one of those guys that might walk 1 an inning. You get a walk, you get a guy to steal a base. If he's a quick runner, say it's Cash Clark or one of your top players that can run, You get him to second base, you get him in scoring position, lay down a sack bunt, then you move him over, and then the next thing you know, we get a run and we produce the small ball. That's one thing I've yet to see the Wildcats do yet this year is play small ball. I know Maddie likes to play small ball, but it's something that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, here at home, obviously our only game thus far was against CVC. We just struggled to get on the bases to start with. It feels like we remedied that a little bit the next game away at Lindsay. And tonight, the key to the game is ultimately going to be capitalizing when we have men on the bases.
Yes.
I'm not even going to, speak it into existence by saying you got to get on the bases first, because that's going to happen. It's a foregone conclusion in my mind. I'm willing it into existence. So we have to capitalize when we have runners on, and ideally that happens with less than 2 outs.
Yes, that was our big issue. We got runners in scoring position on Saturday with 2 outs in the inning. Any ground ball, any pop fly, any strikeout, it ends the inning, it ends the rotation, and that's kind of what happened to us, and it just out of luck, you know. But I'm going to be honest with you. The Cats, after Saturday's game, I thought was going to struggle against Lindsay. I really did, and for them to come back in the mannerism in which they did, I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. You know, tonight this Washington Union Panthers team, they're tested thus far.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1. Obviously, did you mention a 5-4 win at Hoover and their 10-0 win at Selma?
No, I did not.
No slouches there, and then their only loss on the year is a 5-3 loss to Hanford West, which is a good team.
Quality.
At least traditionally. It's still early in the season, but overall their opponent's record is only 1-5. Contrast that against the Wildcats' opponents of 6-2. It seems like early on maybe we've had a tougher road, and maybe tonight we'll match their record coming in at 2-1.
Well, I will tell you that any time you bring a team from up north in the Fresno area down here to play, their quality of ball up there, they have a lot of good teams, and that's why we have to travel up to get up there to that ball game.
It's a testament to Coach Matty. He's able to get these folks to come to Taft, right? We're obviously looking ourselves in the mirror. We're a little bit more remote. Right, we don't like making the trip to Delano or to Wasco. It's a heck of a drive at times.
Yeah.
And to go up to the Fresno area is even tougher. But it's a testament to Coach Matty and his Wildcats program that he's able to attract these folks to come to us because they know they're going to get a great ball game. They're going to get a ball game under the lights, which very few folks have in California's high school baseball system, on an amazing field.
That's what I was getting ready to say. It's a testament to Coach Matty, but it's also a testament to our maintenance crew. I mean, look at the field tonight. It's pristine.
My first reaction, or the first reaction I received tonight when I shook hands with the opposing coach trying to get his lineup, he goes, man, I said, hey, thanks for coming. Hope the trip was great. He goes, no, this is beautiful. You guys have an amazing place. And, you know, we've heard that growing up here, playing here. We've heard that for 25, 35 years.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
That's been the testament of time. The fact that we can continue to do this year after year, decade after decade, is a testament to everybody from the grounds crew to the baseball coaches and to the administration and everybody above that we put an emphasis not only on academics but also supporting our kids through their extracurricular activities.
Well, and to bounce off of that as well, you go to some of the ball fields that we've seen in the past, and you're like, you're lucky if it's not in the middle of a field somewhere. And to come out here to Taft and just be able to play on this pristine atmosphere, I don't think the kids even appreciate or know really truly. I mean, they say it all the time, I'd rather play at home, it's a nicer field, and then it goes out. Mm-hmm. And I don't think until they become an adult and sit up somewhere and watch a game and just go, man, that's a beautiful field.
That is definitely the downside of growing up here, right? We're kind of inundated with this type of atmosphere our entire lives, especially once we get to high school, right? So we don't know any better until you go other places and you realize, man, our place is really nice.
Right.
And you don't really develop an appreciation for it truly until you become an adult.
Right.
And you said that. I'm in that boat. I know you are. The folks that work on these things realize how good it was, and they want to make it even better. And so we want our kids to have those types of memories. We hope that it helps the quality of play. We hope that it helps their memories. But at the end of the day, it's a pride thing for us and for all those who put time in on the field to say, you know what, it looked fantastic when I was here. I want it to look as good or better for our kids.
Yes, sir.
And I can say without a doubt, it does. I mean, that thing looks like it's almost like you could bounce a quarter off it.
Yeah, really,
it's
truly.
tight.
It's very good field. So tonight's starting lineup. Let's start with that.
Let's do the Washington Union lineup here tonight. So they're going to have a 10-man lineup. Of course, they're going to go with only 9 batters. We're going to lead off with their first baseman, Trey Morris. I think he's going to be the big bat tonight. Maybe even the big glove for the Panthers coming in.
He's a big kid all the way
Absolutely.
around.
Watching during batting practice, I was quite impressed at what he could do with the ball. Batting second for them is going to be their pitcher, Davin Findrup, which I believe he's got a pretty solid ERA. You mentioned that earlier in the broadcast. In the 3 spot for them is going to be their third baseman, Max Zuniga. In the 4th spot is going to be right fielder Devin Leba. Catching in the 5 spot is going to be Gavin Wharton. In the 6th spot will be their center fielder, Matthew Lozano. In the 7th spot, it's going to be second baseman Josh Ochoa. In the 8th spot's where they're going to have their DH. So hitting for their left fielder, Joseph Perez, will be their designated hitter, Jared Jacinto. And rounding out their lineup is going to be, I believe, probably a younger brother. It could be the older, but of Mr. Findrup is going to be the shortstop, Davin Findrup. Or Dallin, excuse me. I apologize.
They could be twins.
They might be twins. You know that? I didn't think about that. You know, they've got a couple, it looks like 3 reserves tonight. Trinidad Zavaleta, Armando Medina, and Gustavo Hernandez. They're led, obviously, by their head coach, Matt Fox. And I'm very curious to see what the Panthers do tonight. Obviously, their school colors, purple and white. So having them come out on the field tonight, I'm not surprised to see them adorned in purple. I am, to be honest with you, a little bit unsure that I would be super happy with purple bottoms, as you're going to see the Panthers win tonight. But, hey, if that's their choice, that's on them.
That is right.
I'm an aesthetics guy, and I'm not a fan of the plum look.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I see the coaches wearing gray pants.
Yeah, I think gray would have been a great accent to that, or white. You know, you're on the road, so you're probably going to go with gray. Even black. I mean, people are kind of going with black nowadays. Wouldn't be a terrible choice. I'm just not a fan of the purple bottoms.
No, well, if they come out and whoop us, I can't say a whole lot about it. So I'm hoping
Absolutely.
not that's the case. I hope we can laugh at them later. I'm looking at their lineup card. They are junior, senior heavy, but with a couple of freshmen. The Jacinto kid is a freshman. So is the Findrup. And, again, when I said the Findrup, so I thought I would take a look at that to see if the Findrups were indeed twins, and they are not.
Okay.
One's a freshman, one's a junior.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
So, with that being said, they're younger brothers at short tonight.
Okay.
Younger brothers at short. We will be back here shortly with your Cats starting lineup. Don't go away. If you got some friends that are out there in TV land that want to get on YouTube and check us out, tell them to get onto the YouTube channel and come watch a ball game with us on a Friday night and sit back and enjoy yourself at your home, and we will bring you play-by-play action in just a few moments.
I'll say this. All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen, again. Tonight's contest, Washington Union here at Taft High. Game 3 on the Wildcats schedule for the 2024 season. Wildcats 1-1 coming in after losing their opener to CBC and then picking up a win on the road against Lindsay. Again, Washington Union 2-1 themselves on the year, picking up wins against Selma and Hoover High out of Fresno, but dropping a contest to Hanford West. Should be a fantastic contest tonight. Umpires look like they're on the field, so we should be having our meeting at the plate here momentarily. Once we get that done, we're going to introduce the Wildcats starting lineup for the night, and then we're going to play ball. Go, guys.
I wanted to point out, if you've been following, which there wasn't very many, thank goodness, but if you've been following, we are our first game up in the booth with night lights, so we're trying to figure out the darkness. I know that we were at one point pretty red, and we had to figure that one out real quick, but we are now not dark. At least I don't think we're dark, and if we are, we're still working on it. Giving everything we can to try to make things adjust up here in the booth and make it work. So that's kind of where we're at.
I still think some of that twilight timing of the day is part of the problem. Once we get under the lights, I think it'll clarify just a little bit. If it doesn't, we're going to have to call our maestro behind the scenes, pulling the strings, Mr. Rex Cooper. As you guys know, if you don't know, Rex was up here with us the last 2 years helping us do the stream and get everything dialed in. Well, Rex graduated. He's not an employee of Taft. But he's off at City College of Santa Barbara, and we still call Rex, I would say time to time, but every time is really time to time.
I have a text message into him right now.
Yeah, and so we got to call tech support, and tech support is, by any other name, is Rex Cooper.
Yes.
But he did a great job getting Coach Matty set up, and also, obviously us. We're not the tech folks.
No.
We're just the
He did tell me earlier when I talked to him on the phone, he said, hey, I have dinner plans at 7. I said, well, we'll call you before that.
Yeah. Sorry to whoever his date is. We'll make sure not to bug you as much as we can. But tonight's game should be a good one, Tommy. And we harped on it in the intro about 15, 20 minutes ago. Field looks fantastic. Teams are both quality on the field tonight. The Wildcats adorned in their blue tops with pinstripe bottoms. First time we've seen that look on the year. It reminds me like the Kentucky Wildcat look. I really, really like it. Obviously, the block tee on the blue cap for the Cats tonight. Washington Union, again, all purple, top and bottom. I think I mentioned it to you earlier offline. It looks like Mount Union.
It does.
The university. I think they're a D2, D3 school, or I don't know what division it is in NCAA, but they're a football
looks like
powerhouse.
the Horned Frogs, too.
It's got a little bit of that TCU look to it. Definitely a look we don't see a lot here in the South Valley.
No, we really don't. And to be honest, super impressed that their team came out in purple pants.
Yeah.
It's just not a baseball thing, man. And I dig it. I dig it a lot.
Well,
looks like we've got the meeting of the minds heading to the plate. Don't have umpires' names tonight.
I do. It's right here
okay.
on the lineup card. So
who are we yelling at?
Well, tonight we're going to have behind the plate Victor Mungry, and in the field Matthew Langston. I believe the guy in the field was the plate umpire for our JV game. Big shout out to Taft College Cougars, and we had a couple folks who play college ball for the Cougars. Volunteered to come over and help them out in the field, and then obviously behind the plate as they had to make this transition. Our scheduler, for some reason, scheduled the games at 4 and 6, and only had one umpire that was working both games. Ultimately, for him to get down here and get on the varsity game, he had to cut the JV game short, and so we were kind of saved by the Taft College guys who came up and kind of finished it up for him up on the JV field.
Well, it's what we would call spring training baseball.
It is.
And speaking of some spring training baseball, Josh, did you see my Dodgers yesterday's score?
You know, I haven't watched a whole lot of spring training baseball.
I didn't watch it either, but I know that we won 14-1.
You know what? That's a heck of an opener. Is it an opener?
It was the spring opener. I know it's spring baseball, but you know what? When you're a Dodger fan, you take the wins when you get them.
Oh, come on. Hope springs eternal right now. For everybody comes spring baseball, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's not a bad thing. I mean, I wish nobody but the Yankees anything bad. And I'm not sorry for saying it. If you're a Yankees fan, you got to figure out a different team to root for. And if you're not a Red Sox fan, well, then we're not on the same squad. But, hey, baseball is baseball, and I love it.
Make that 4-1 today, and that's the second time we beat the Padres.
There you go.
That's a good day.
Double dip today?
No, we beat them yesterday 14-1 as well. So we've 18-2 in the last 2 games.
All right.
I'm going to take that.
So as we introduce the players here, we have not gone through the Wildcats lineups, but I'm going to pull the microphone back from my face just a little bit because I do tend to get a little loud.
Yes.
But I'm also proud.
Right? I get it. And I'll keep my mic right here so they can still hear you.
All right. So Coach Matty working out the idiosyncrasies, for lack of a better term, of the Monty Reedy Field here at Taft Union High School. 310 down the lines, 335 in the power alleys, 375 dead center. Not a lot of dead spots, but I'm guessing the Wildcats bullpen down the left field line, anything beyond the fence line will be a dead area. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot of places where the ball can kind of come to a stopping point that's not truly playable.
Dead center field, where the 375, if you look just to the right, probably left in the camera. Well, it'd be right in the camera. No, left in the camera. That gate right there, the ball will tend to roll under.
Yep, and because of the elevation right there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But a pretty symmetrical field. There's not a whole lot of, little, I guess, convex areas where there's pockets like there are on some of those ballparks elsewhere. And fortunately, I mean, even some folks don't have outfield fences.
No.
I've been to places where
it's hit and run.
Yeah, you hit the ball, it rolls for 8,000 yards, and you get an inside the park home run, even though the park doesn't have an outside.
Yes.
So
inside the outside park home run.
Absolutely. So we should be getting started here in just a moment tonight.
We got the handshakes.
And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your starting Wildcats. Leading off for the Cats, playing second base, senior number 3, Carson Rodard. Batting second for the Cats, roaming left field, senior number 4, Ethan Ward. Batting third for the Cats, shortstop, junior number 2, Cash Clark. In the fourth spot for the Cats, behind the dish, number 25, William Espinoza. Batting fifth, third baseman number 9, Brock Heber. Roaming right field for the Cats tonight, junior number 10, Logan Crabtree. Batting seventh for the Cats, playing first base, senior number 24, Chase Phillips. In the eighth spot, we'll have pitching tonight, number 17, Ben Nuncio, and batting for the pitcher in the DH spot, number 26, Lane Cash. And rounding out the Wildcats lineup tonight, roaming center field, junior number 1, Dylan Clark. Reserves tonight for the Wildcats, number 6, Rowdy Kinley. Number 12, Max Doyle. Number 16, Sawyer Murlack. And senior number 28, Jonathan Wallace. Wildcats are led by ninth-year field general Matt Davis, along with assistant coaches Les Clark, Don Arnold, Ryan Heber, Bryson Bullard, and the one and only Doug Hunt. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask that you kindly rise and point yourself to left center field. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we pay honor to our country with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you.
So as the first time we stood up and took a look at the crowd tonight as we were standing and paying tribute to the country, notice that we have a pretty good Taft following out here tonight for a Friday night baseball game. Look, here's the deal. It's in the, low 60s, maybe high 50s.
I think it's going to be close to mid-60s, 65. I'm going to look that up now, Tommy. You piqued some interest here.
Beautiful night for a baseball game, man. I'm just telling you. It's something that you got to come out Get down to the ball fields. Look, they're not charging at the gate. It's free baseball. The lights are going to be on. And let's be real, you see these lights in Taft, you see them pretty much from anywhere. So it's like, come down to the field tonight, hang out with us, or better yet, come out and
bring yourself a toy to donate at the gate. Tonight is baseball play for a purpose game. The Avid senior class every year puts on service learning projects. And tonight, one of the group's service learning project is to collect toys, and they're going to donate them to Lawrence Small Children Medical Center on behalf of the Avid Club. And so tonight, bring yourself a toy, maybe bring some money and donate it to these young ladies as they put together their fundraiser. And the fundraiser for a good cause. And even better, you get to watch a baseball game.
wow, I wish we'd have known that earlier on. We could have said that in the broadcast.
Yeah, well, I did post it a couple times on my Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot. I just hadn't had a chance to pull it back up on my phone. But we're ready for baseball, folks. It should be a great one tonight. On the bump tonight, like we mentioned earlier, is sophomore Ben Nuncio. Nuncio threw against CVC, had a great start to that game and just didn't finish super well. Again, that was his first start for the Wildcats since we played Wasco at Wasco probably 2/3 or 3/4 of the way through the season last year.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Ben, strong kid, got a great look and physique on the bump. Nothing but high regards for what his dad and him have done throughout baseball season. He's had an injury last year, came back strong. I'm looking for an exciting year from him.
Should be fantastic. We're going to get started here momentarily. Leading off for the Panthers, first baseman number 12, Trey Morris.
I hate to say it, Josh, but I almost forgot that I'm the scoreboard guy.
Well, don't forget, sometimes I forget I'm the PA guy.
I don't know which is worse.
Getting old sucks.
It does. I looked at this box in front of me, and I'm like, what's this for? And I'm like, oh.
We're a little bit behind schedule. First pitch looks to be probably about 6:05. First pitch right down the pipe at the knees, called strike. First pitch, 6:04 p.m.
So I'm just kind of curious. Hey, one of the younger guys in the booth, can you guys tell me if the right pitch went up on the board out there?
It looks like a strike out there.
No, I know that. I'm talking
Second
about
one, up and away.
the right side.
Yeah, right side should be ours. As far as pitch count, Tommy?
Yeah, as far as pitch
Yes,
count.
sir.
I just don't want to get yelled at like I did Saturday.
So I have a feeling he's going to try to hammer the bottom part of the zone, keep the ball low, especially against Morris here. Again, right there at the knees, a great pitch.
1-2 the count for Nuncio. Good start for the Wildcats. I will say that I know, like we talked about before, I believe Morris is one of their top hitters. You do want to keep the ball down and away from a big body guy like this.
That one outside. Morris on the year. Let's see, where's that? 500 batted, 10 ABs on 12 plate appearances, 5 runs scored, 5 hits, 5 RBIs, 1 home run included in that mix. Please bear with us as we work with our video here. That one up and a little bit late on that is Morris.
That was a car finder.
Yeah, so hopefully
With all the cars out there tonight, too. Man.
Yeah, absolutely. I learned that lesson when I was about 13 years old. So 5 pitches in, 2-2 count here to Morris, the leadoff batter from Washington Union. Swung on and missed, and he'll go down on strikes. Now batting for Washington Union, pitcher number 4, Davin Findrup.
Well, that's a good start once again for Nuncio. Get a strike out of the leadoff hitter.
Yeah, if the Wildcats could have pictured a way to start this game, especially knowing Morris was going to be the leadoff man, that would be it.
That would be the way to do it. I agree completely with you.
So kudos to Ben, just a sophomore, but throwing with command, throwing with confidence, and so far has kept the Panthers in check. That one lifted to shallow left field. Going to be gloved there by Ward. So fly out.
F7 right there.
One pitch,
one
2
pitch.
outs. Now batting for the Panthers, third baseman number 9, Max Zuniga.
Decent script right there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Zuniga on the year, 200 batter, 10 ABs and 11 plate appearances, 2 hits, 1 RBI.
That pitch grounded to first base. Chase Phillips getting into some action. Over to first.
Did he pitch it to Ben or did he take it
No,
himself?
he took it underneath. He actually pitched it over to Ben. So you got the 1-3 put out. 8 pitches in, 3 up, 3 down for the Wildcats in the top of the first inning, and they're coming to bat. Great start for your Wildcats. You're up.
So early in this thing here, the Wildcats sit the Panthers down in order. Come to their opening stanza. The first time at the dish tonight, and they're going to face Findrup on the is it Findrup today?
Yeah, Findrup.
There you go. As he's warming up, it looks probably topping out mid to the high 70s.
Give or take. We watched a couple of his breaking balls, and that one thing I did notice is that his breaking ball speed is about the same as his fastball speed, which is not good for him. Needs to be an off-speed pitch, but we'll see what happens.
Leading off for the Wildcats, senior number 3, Carson Rodart.
Rodart looking to get the Cats started here on a Friday night. First night game here at Taft High this season.
Pardon me, folks, if I if I come in and out of my...
That ball's hit into the gap into left center field for a base hit. That ball's going to get down. Carson Rodart heading into second base, looking to have trouble with the ball in the outfield, but he's going to have a stand-up double to start off the night for the Wildcats.
That's a heck of a way to start the game, folks.
One pitch, one hit. Great job right there by Carson Rodart.
Next hitting in for the Wildcats, senior number 4, Ethan Ward.
Josh, I wasn't stepping on you, but when you got a hit, you were looking down, and I was like,
that's perfect.
Time to move.
I was trying to say, basically, hey, if you hear me kind of coming in and out, or when we're on offense, you hear Tommy a lot more than you hear me. It's because I'm dealing with the music as well, trying to keep a book and stay on top of it.
We understand that we have no cameras right now. And so you're listening to a radio broadcast of
there we
tonight's
go.
game.
First time we've gone radio. Right?
Does he have a pitch already?
Let's see how we paint the picture. I did not see a pitch just yet.
Okay, good news.
First pitch to Ward, hit but foul.
Something I do like right now with what the Wildcats are doing is we are going strong after the first pitch, is where last week we were taking that first pitch.
Yeah, a change in philosophy, and obviously after struggling in the first outing, you're going to want to change some things up to see maybe you get a little bit different change of pace, a little bit different sort of reaction from your players, and so far it's worked. That one hard inside. No call there, so 1-1 is the count to Ward. Runner in scoring position on second base in the form of Rodart.
Yeah, now that we're kind of a radio broadcast, that catcher set up deep inside on Ethan, and I was shocked that he actually set up as inside as he did.
Pickoff move.
Yep, sorry.
Hey, folks, we've been doing this for 3 years, and we're going to step on each other for the next 30.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, there was no pickoff move, just to check.
So Rodart with a nice lead. The shortstop feigning the pickoff there. Pitch catches the outside corner. 1-2 now to Ward.
When you got that kind of time frame that you're waiting in the box, man, sometimes it's better just to tell the umpire, hey, give me a timeout.
Yep, absolutely.
He stood and he froze himself right there.
That's the one thing we did really well against CVC was kind of owning the box in terms of keeping him off balance, in terms of his rhythm.
That pitch was fouled back. Nice curveball. Now, I will tell you during this part of it, his curveball had an off-speed pitch to it.
Yeah, it did have a little bit of break. He didn't have much break on the first one he threw in warm-ups, spiked the second one, and so that was the first one I've seen that hit the zone.
Yeah, I agree to that, and it was a decent curveball. Ward able to fight it off. Count remains 1-2.
Oh, there we go.
See,
great job there by Ward.
That's exactly what we're after right there. If he's taking too long, call timeout, own the box, know where you're at in life.
Good on the umpire for letting him have it.
Yes, sir.
So 1-2 count here to Ward. Runner in scoring position. That was swung right up the middle, and that's going to be a base knock. Will Rodart round? He does. Oh, no, he's called back there by Coach Davis. Probably a smart move.
Yeah, that wasn't hit deep enough to get him home, by no means. But the Wildcats are in business with the first two runners getting on base by a double and a single.
Next to dig in for your Wildcats, junior number 2, Cash Clark.
So runners at the corners for the Wildcats, first and third, nobody out. Your number 3 hitter, Cash Clark, steps into the plate. The catcher for the Panthers is making the signs in case Ward decides to take off from first. Infield playing the corners in. Middle of the infield playing double play depth.
We'll see how Ward plays this. If he's going to try to play games with the pitcher, Curveball to Clark taken for a called strike.
Not sure that I cared for the call on that call right there. A little high.
Didn't look terrible, but maybe a little bit on the high side. I agree. So Cash with a golden opportunity to put the Wildcats ahead early here. No outs in the Wildcats first. That one lifted to left center field. Tracking it as a center fielder, but that's going to get down. Extra bases it is.
Yes, sir. That's going to plate 2 runs right now. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maddie's playing it safe. Another run or another hit and another double for your Wildcats. Cash Clark with a double and an RBI right there, bringing in Carson Rodart and advancing Ethan Ward to third. So you got runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the inning.
Next it again for your Wildcats. Junior catcher number 25, William Espinoza.
Cats look a lot sharper with the bat today. A lot sharper with the bat.
Absolutely. They look fantastic there. Really happy to see that.
I agree with that.
2 on the pond now for Espinoza. Still no outs. Trying to really get outside. They know Williams a big free swinging catcher, and he's probably a guy that would pull naturally because he kind of pulls his head off the ball at times. We'll see if he can dial that in, maybe go oppo.
Well, if he does go oppo, they've given him right field like all day long. Right fielder playing way too far towards center.
A little bit of movement there. Was it called? No. So 2-0 count here to Espinoza.
Hit the wrong button. Didn't want to think the umpire was showing him up.
Well, I thought that he's going to give us the strike call there. And nice pitch there. Probably at chest level, maybe a little high. So hopefully we're learning where the zone is tonight.
I'm already figuring out he doesn't like them down. He likes them chest higher up. That could be difficult for your batters when they're disciplined.
So the 2-1 count to Espinoza. He is giving him the outside there.
Oof.
So 2-2 the count here. So he's going to be battling. Hopefully he's protecting here. Maybe put something into a gap in outfield. Maybe even down the line, right field side. Curveball there. Does not get it.
To first out of the inning for your Wildcats.
Next it again for the Wildcats. Junior third baseman number 9, Brock Heber. So Espinoza goes down on a 5-pitch strike. That'll be the first out of this half inning. Still 2 on the good Lord. Good
2 on the base path. There
yes,
you go.
Thank you.
There you
Tongue-tied,
go.
man.
You have been tonight.
Is it Friday?
It is a Friday.
Oh, thank goodness.
It is definitely a Friday for you. 1-0 the count here to Brock Heber. Taking it outside, looking at 2-0.
2-0 count.
Cash Clark takes his lead off of second base. Ethan Ward standing over on third.
Now watching, go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
1 out in the inning.
Watching Brock during batting practice, he was going gap to gap with some good power. We'll see if he can put that to use here. Did he go around? Asking for help is the umpire.
They gave him the strike. It's 2-1 the count. Brock unable to hold up right there.
Little bit of breaking ball action there. Swung on and missed.
2-2.
So we're still down on video, folks. We appreciate the fact that you're just listening to us. Hopefully you're still watching. 2-2 count here to Heber. Runners on second and third in form of, I believe it's Ward and Clark. Timeout called by Heber at the plate.
We do have our technical support guy on the phone in Rex Cooper.
And the pitch. Big curveball high. So full count here for Heber.
Full count 3-2. Brock's going to have to protect. It's going to be a fastball. I got a feeling it's going to be a fastball and it's going to be up.
Yeah, especially knowing that first base is open, so there's really no harm by putting him on, at least no direct harm. But they're going to go chase, see if they'll chase. No, they went with a breaking pitch there. and
I would be going right now. Wow, catcher almost made a mistake right there. So for those of you that not being able to watch the game, the catcher went ahead with the strikeout. And as he went with the strikeout, go ahead.
Now batting for the Wildcats, junior right fielder number 10, Logan Crabtree.
As he went with the strikeout, he decided to roll the ball back to the pitcher thinking that that was the third out of the inning. Does like that outside corner call. 20 pitches in, though, for your starting pitcher for the Panthers. 0-1 the count here on Crabtree. 2 outs, still 2 runners on.
Crabtree coming up to the varsity for the first time this year. First AB got himself an RBI single against CVC.
He did, with the only RBI of the day for the Wildcats, earning himself a start.
Absolutely. 1-1 count here to Crabtree. 2 on, 2 out. Wildcats first. Little late there on the timeout call, but the umpire still giving the batter the benefit of the doubt. Pitcher is moving quickly once he's been given the play ball sign. Crabtree, does he check it? Runner on the move. Ward will score.
Not positive on the called strike.
I don't believe they gave him a call. I didn't see a signal. Should be 2-1, assuming the umpire doesn't change his mind about the last pitch.
I'm waiting for I'm going to go with the 2-1 count until I know different. 1-2.
So he did call strike on the last pitch.
Yes, he did.
So Crabtree looking to stay alive here, keep the Wildcats first alive. Breaking ball out and off the hands, I should say, excuse me, and bounces foul. So way to battle here. This is going to be the 5th pitch coming to Crabtree.
How are we looking on the camera? Anything yet?
Well, we may just have to remain as a
radio broadcast.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Outside,
He's
good frame job.
He's going to give him that call all night long on the outside corner. That's going to take the Wildcats down this inning. 24 pitches.
1, 3, 4, 5.
So that's the end of the first inning. The Wildcats able to get on the board with 3 hits, 1 left on base, and at the end of an inning of play, your Wildcats 2, Washington Union 0. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Live.
All right, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you for being patient with us as we work through our technical issues as far as the video quality goes. Hopefully the audio quality is as good as it's going to be, given you've got myself and Tommy on the mic. I know I have a face for radio, so this is the best way to listen to me talk.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. There's definitely no beauty in the box. But with that being said, it's unfortunate tonight that our camera is just not picking up the way it should as far as color or brightness on the field. Not sure if we can adjust that at some point. It's something that we're going to have to work out.
Leading off the second inning for the Panthers, right fielder number 11, Devin Leba.
But we 100% are going to come at you live.
Leba on the year, 375 batter, 8 at bats on 11 attempts. One run, 3 hits, 4 RBIs. So he's their RBI guy. Fortunately, that one lifted up foul down the right field line. Fortunately, nobody ahead of him as we lead off the second.
Nuncio right there with a good fastball to start the inning off, coming out in his second inning of work.
Yeah, just 8 pitches coming into the inning, which is a fantastic place to be. Nice pitch. I think we were expecting that to be more middle in. Went outside, but in a normal situation, had he set up outside, he would have got that call.
Yeah, especially tonight.
Breaking ball, that one chopped hard. Fielded a little bit late by Heber on across the diamond and in time to retire Leba. 5-3, so 3 pitches, first out. Now batting for the Panthers, catcher number 15, Gavin Wharton.
So far, the Panthers have not gotten great contact,
Well,
but that's only 4 batters in.
Well, and that's exactly where we want to keep them all night long as far as Wildcats fans are concerned.
Correct. You are definitely.
I'm tongue-tied tonight.
You are.
Nice pitch on the
That's
outside.
a great pitch. That's where that's going to be called out there all night. The guy likes it up and in. So with that, I would stay there.
Well, Tommy, you know as well as I do, having umpired games before. Does he check his swing? He does.
He
does not.
0-2 the count.
As an umpire, I know that my thing was I will give the pitcher the outside corner away from the batter and the batter the inside, because it's much harder to get around on an inside pitch than it is to go and get it.
Agreed with that statement. Strike 3 right there, dropped and picked up for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for Washington Union, center fielder number 7, Matthew Lozano. And according to some sources earlier in the game, this guy also carries a big bat. Might be a guy who's got some decent college offers ahead of him.
Yes, this is another one of those guys.
Coming into the game, Lozano leads the team in batting average, 600 average, 5 at-bats, 10 plate appearances, so he's got some walks under his belt.
So he's got good plate discipline.
Definitely good plate discipline. The first pitch to him is a ball.
Left-handed hitter in the box. Nuncio winds, and here's the pitch.
Big swing. I actually like the way he swings. I mean, I know he didn't make contact there, but he's got a very good, compact, and powerful-looking swing.
Could be why he hits the ball well.
Yeah, absolutely. So for Lozano, as I mentioned, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 RBI.
Ooh. We're not going to get that low pitch tonight at the knees, unfortunately, but 2-1.
We got it in the first inning, so I just hope the umpire stays consistent. I know it's hard. I've done that. I know it's difficult, but the best thing you can ask for, the best thing you can give as an umpire is consistency in your zone.
Fouled back and out of play.
That went off the end of the bat like a cue.
Deuces wild, as they would say. 2-2 and 2 outs here on the number 6 hitter. Nuncio on the bump and into his windup.
Looking to set him down in order again. No call on the outside, so the count runs full.
I like that placement, though.
I mean, you got a pitch to give. See if you can get him to chase. Worst case scenario, he's laid on it, puts it down the left field side, or at least the left side of the infield, and you get it across the diamond for the out. Nice pitch there.
3
He's
called.
called strike. That's going to do it for the Panthers in the second.
Lozano not liking that call whatsoever, trying to show up the umpire right there as the inning ends. But once again, the Panthers go down in order, 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. And an inning and a half into the game, your Wildcats lead 2, Panthers 0.
Through 2 full. All right, and we're back. So Fender coming into the year, an 0.88 ERA, 1-0, so 2 appearances. He's got obviously a very low ERA and very high winning percentage. Of course, it's a limited sample size, 3 games in for the Panthers. Thus far, the Wildcats have been able to put the bat on the ball.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, his ERA has gone up.
Yeah, I mean, giving up 2 innings here. Oh, I got to get ready.
A little bit miscommunication between the pitcher and the catcher.
Leading off the second for your Wildcats, senior number 24, Chase Phillips.
So here, due up in the inning for your Cats is Phillips, Cash, and Clark. It's another one of those lawyer-type deals.
First pitch to Phillips. First time all night we've got one at the knees, but inside.
Yes, he did get an inside one on that one. 0-1 the count.
That one on the outside. Wow. So that zone pretty wide at the knees.
It's very wide for a 6'4" guy.
0-2 count to Phillips, the leadoff man in the second. Swung on and missed, and he's late there.
First at bat of the season for Phillips.
Digging in next for the Wildcats, sophomore number 26, Lane Cash.
I will say that the pitcher is definitely working at a rapid pace.
Definitely. Going to have to kind of take control of that box for the Wildcats to unsettle them a little bit. I'm not a fan. Obviously, I'm glad he didn't call that. It looked like he was going to.
I agree with you, and I was like, holy smokes.
He's moving the ball way too much as a catcher to try to get that call. I don't blame him given where we've been at the knees, but no way I'm going to give you that one.
No. He was definitely outside with that. 1-0 here to Lane. Cat started off the first inning wild, and since then has brought 4 batters to the plate, and all 4 have struck out. So something that we're looking at in the middle of the lineup we got to fix.
First and foremost, tip of the cap. I love what you did there. The Cats started the inning wild, the game wild.
You know.
That was well done.
Thank you.
Up and inside, 3-0 count, probably a red light here to Cash, but we'll see what Coach Davis does. Down and away, does he get the call? No, it's a 4-pitch walk to Cash, or to Lane Clark, excuse me.
So that puts the DH on base, and that'll bring up Dylan Clark, the 9 spot.
Now batting for the Wildcats, center fielder number 1, Dylan Clark.
So you got Lane Cash over at first. 1 on and 1 out here for your Wildcats in the bottom half of the second inning.
Timeout call there. What do we got? Umpire's pointing at something. I'm not sure what he's doing.
I'm pretty sure they don't like road art being where he's at.
He's trying to get a little bit of timing. I don't blame him for trying. So a 4-pitch walk puts Lane Cash on first base, 1 down in the Wildcats second. Wildcats currently leading 2-0. That one at the knees, no call. So a 1-0 count here. Big shout out to our superintendent, Dr. Hodgson. I know that he's over at the coast tonight, but he told me he'd be listening in. So hopefully he's here listening right now with his buddies. But a shout out to him. Thank you for allowing us to do this, supporting us as we support Wildcats athletics.
Absolutely. Too bad we don't have video for him.
That's, well, probably for the best.
Right now. 1-0 here to count.
That one lifted high, but shallow and foul behind the third base dugout, excuse me.
So in this situation, that was 5 straight balls up into that pitch. I'm not sure. I might have been taken until I found a strike at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
I hate to take away the aggression of a batter at all, for sure.
We'll see what we do here. Pitcher steps off to try to get the runner back. See what kind of games each of them play, both the batter and the pitcher.
I will say for the Panthers, the pitcher on the bump, he's very quick in everything he does.
Compact delivery. That third pitch, ball at the knees. 2-1 now.
Again, I just 6 of his last 7 pitches have been balls. Really need to look at one right here.
There you go. Runner on the move because that one's going to get past the catcher. And is he going to round second base? No, he does not.
3-1 the count here on Dylan Clark. Lane Cash moved up to second base on that wild pitch.
So duck on the pond, as they say. Dylan actually, I believe, has the highest batting average on the team coming into tonight's game.
He does.
We'll see if he's able to put that to use here. That one in on the hands, pulled foul. So a 3-2 count here to Dylan Clark. The 9 batter in this Wildcats lineup. First plate appearance tonight.
The 7th pitch here for Clark will make this a quality AB. I know that doesn't sound like much, but in the Wildcat dugout, I understand and know their hitting coach, Les Clark, is interested in what a quality at-bat looks like.
Timeout called there. Clark doing a great job trying to throw the pitcher off.
If you can get a pitch count up to 7 or 8 pitches, strikeout, walk, or base hit, it's still a QAB, and that's something that's big in that Wildcat dugout.
Well, the faster you can get a team to their bullpen, the better. That one also fouled off down the line to the right side.
So now we're looking at the 8th pitch, so we're definitely in the QAB.
So Tommy, I have, let's see here. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the 7th.
fouled off the maybe seventh pitch. Sorry.
Curveball there. Oh, nice
way to
job.
set back on it. Nice job on the sit back on the curveball and get a base hit right there for your Wildcats. Moved up the runners to first and third. Cash had to freeze at second base due to the fact it was a line drive up the middle. Had to make sure it gets through. That'll be a clean base hit for Clark.
Now batting for the Wildcats. Second baseman number 3, Carson Rodart. That one was a fantastic job. Sat on the curveball, even in on the hands, and he muscled it past the second baseman.
He did. It was a great job on sitting back and letting the ball get deep and just driving it. So you have runners at the corners, first and third. Dylan Clark on first. Lane Cash on third. One out here in the inning. The catcher's going out to make sure everybody's on the same page if Dylan tries to move up on this first pitch. Rodart doubled his first at bat.
He did score in the first. Checking that runner at third base. He does throw the ball on a pickoff attempt, but Cash back into the third base on time.
Definitely unorthodox from the bump tonight. I'm not sure. Haven't seen a lot of the action the way we've seen it. Clark has a pretty decent lead over there.
Curveball. Rodart doesn't quite lead into it, but doesn't necessarily move.
No, he did not move a stitch, and it did hit him, but the umpire did not give him first base.
So is it 1-0 or 2-0?
It is 1-0.
Okay, I thought it was 1-0. Just making sure. That first pickoff move kind of threw me for a loop. Pitch delivered a little low. Honestly, from this vantage, it looked like where the umpire had been calling strikes most of the night, but the catcher had to flip his glove over.
Yeah, that was in the dirt.
Oh, okay.
2-0 the count.
So Rodart at the dish, runners on the corners for the Cats, 2-0 Wildcats, 1 down here in the Wildcats second.
That pitcher is really flirting with a balk.
He absolutely is. Catcher setting up on the outside. That one lifted, but foul and out of play behind home plate.
Man, I know he's excited and wants it.
Please return those foul balls to your respective dugouts. We'd be much obliged.
That's coming from a business manager knowing how much baseballs cost.
Hey, man, I ran the Little League for quite a while, and I understand that those balls are expensive. Every dozen is probably going to run you about $70. Up and inside, 3-1 count now to Rodart.
40th pitch now is 3-1 count. Working himself into a hole right here. Wildcats with runners on the corner, 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. Cats lead 2-0.
Tell me I have it at 42, so we'll double check our pitch count when we're done here. Swung on a miss. That one gets behind the catcher. Runner from first on the move. So there's going to be a 3-2 count here to Rodart. But we do see Dylan Clark moving on the pass ball to second base.
I'm at 42 right now.
So I've got 3, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 on top of the 24 that we had the first inning.
43. We're there. I missed a pitch. Doesn't shock me.
Somebody coming in. What's up, Mr. Morris? That one hit hard to the right side.
That's going to get through. Yes, sir. One runner will come across in lane cash. The runner will be held at third base with only 1 out. So you still have runners on the corners. And Carson Rodart's having himself a night with another base hit.
Next hit again for your Wildcats. Senior number 4, Ethan Ward. Ward, also another bright spot for the Wildcats, a 2-year starter for sure. I think he may be a 3rd-year varsity guy, just like the man before him in the form of Rodart, a 4-year guy. Quite the game thus far for the Wildcats, and still more on the bone here in the second.
Yeah, we're still back at the exact same spot that we left that last batter off. Runners at first and third. 1 out still here in the inning. 1 run already in. 2 hits on this inning. Rodart at third. Clark at first.
So 21 pitches this half. So we'll be 45 pitches?
44.
I think we're missing one, Tommy. I'll be honest with you.
Again.
Last AB was 7 pitches. Swung on and missed the first pitch to Ward. Looked like a little off speed.
Yeah, he took a little bit off of that when it was a changeup. It's still straight.
I believe that one should be 40. So we had 7, 14, 21, 22 thus far. Should be 46. Is that what you got up there, or does it say 45?
46.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, just trying to keep each other honest here.
I'm shocked that the umpire is still allowing the timeout call that late into an at-bat.
Yeah, well, the pitcher didn't look like he was ready to come and deliver, so he's still got the advantage there in the box. Ward now set. I don't know what the heck's going on by the field umpire.
I don't either. Kind of too casual right there.
Runner on the move at first base. Rodart will take second base without a throw.
And that pitch was a ball.
So a 1-1 count here. You know, while we're live, how about a big congratulations to the man standing behind me, Mr. Wes Morris? Because he's awesome.
I see he has his phone out. Mr. Morris, what are you doing with your phone? You better not be taking film of us, baby. All right. I can just leave it to Wes to do that.
Nice curveball. It's high.
Gosh,
I don't like the
hate
call.
that call. But he's consistent with that call.
Well, it had some nice break, and that's what I meant by I said I like the way that it moved. I don't like the placement, but it's what it is.
He's consistent, though, Josh. That's a strike it's been a strike every pitch, so it's not like it's something new.
So Warden protect mode here. Pitch is coming. Swung on, lifted, trailing out of play, but will it go?
Everybody's looking for it. Nobody can get to it. Count remains 1-2 here on Mr. Ward. Runners now at second and third, so we have 2 ducks on the pond. Definitely ducks in scoring position as well. Cats looking to extend their lead here with 1 out in the inning. 1-2 count on Ward. You have Carson Rodart at second base.
Carson, I believe, is at third now.
No, Dylan Clark is standing on third.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
That's all right.
Did he go there with Carson? Was it a double steal?
No, it was 1 steal.
Okay.
We had runners on first and third.
I just didn't make the notation on my scorebook here.
That's all right. I got you. Keeping you honest.
1-2 here. Checks a swing down and away.
Good call and holding off on his swing right there. 50 pitches in, 2-2 count. 1 out still here in the inning for your Wildcats, looking to get on the board and capitalize once again.
I'll do my best, but that's almost impossible. You know, we need to tell them, watch the broadcast.
That ball in the dirt. Count moves to 3-2. The ball got away, but the catcher was able to block that ball very well. Pitcher's struggling right now for the Panthers. He's high into a pitch count. We're only in the second inning. We've only got 1 out. He's 51 pitches in. A lot of pitches. Kind of looks like what the Wildcats were doing on Saturday.
Yeah, at this pace, he's probably not going to make it out of the fourth.
No.
If we put another run or 2 on the board here, I'd be surprised if he comes back for the third. But I'm not sure what their depth looks like at a pitcher.
Yeah, I don't either, and I don't know what they've already used this week. So
Well, good on the Wildcats for taking advantage of it, something we didn't do this past Saturday. Curveball there, caught him
the inside
looking.
corner, and he will be down on strikes. Great pitch.
Next to dig in for the Wildcats. Junior number 2, Cash Clark.
Nice curveball right there to get Ethan Ward out on strikes. Clark coming in, he doubled off the first pitch that he saw in the first inning. Coming back up here in the second inning,
Yeah, Cash, a third-year varsity guy, obviously the younger sibling to the one and only Logan Clark. And Logan, if you happen to be watching this while you're there in spring training with the Guardians, how you doing, my brother? Good luck. Wish you the best, and as always, Wildcat Nation's behind you.
Cash looks at the first pitch outside. 1-0 the count. 2 outs here in the inning for the Wildcats.
Looking to keep this inning alive here with a big Cash Clark at bat. Came through really, really well for the Wildcats. That one hammered. Absolutely hammered to center field. Will he get to it? No, it's going to be trouble. 2 RBIs for Clark and a 2-bagger.
Cash able to clear the bases right there with a big hit up the middle. Deep into center field.
Next to dig in for your Wildcats, junior catcher number 25, William Espinoza.
And with that being said, that's Cash Clark's second double of the night. That one plating 2. Wildcats are definitely at the top of the order, hitting on all cylinders right now. Your number 4 hitter, Mr. Espinoza, coming up, looking for his first hit and to join the parade. A lot of movement out there for Cash. Cash will play with that shortstop all night long if he lets him.
Absolutely. 30 pitches this half inning for the hurler from the Panthers dugout. Curious how long this goes. Cash on the move. That one a little bit low. No call from the umpire, and a stand-up stolen base from Cash Clark.
Like I said, he will play with that pitcher all night long. He'll mess with his head. That's just Cash.
Well, and Cash is no slouch when it comes to speed.
No, not at all, and he knows it. It wouldn't shock me if he comes down and gets into his eye view right here as well.
That one, a nice pitch, catches the corner down and away. Probably a pitch that William wants to consider swinging at.
I'm shocked that he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pitch, honestly, could probably be a two-bagger with an RBI down the right field line, even if he lets it travel. Same spot, but different outcome there. 2-1.
I still am going to tell you, even out of the windup, he is flirting with a balk. He's moving that glove way too much in the downward motion and then coming back up.
That one off the hands, lifted to shallow left center. Tracking it is the shortstop, and Espinoza will go down on strikes for the third and final this half.
No, he went on a fly ball, bub.
I'm sorry?
He went out on a fly out to the shortstop, not strikes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. So the Cats able to pick up 3 runs on 3 hits, left a man on base. But at the end of 2 innings of play, your Wildcats 5, Washington Union 0.
So 14-6.
We are live.
So it looks like we've got a little bit of action going on from the Panthers dugout out toward the umpires, trying to figure out, I don't know, maybe some interactions with the pitcher he's asking
Yeah,
about.
he was already just talking. That umpire, I think, had warned already the pitcher about the box situation. He had a lot of movement with his glove, and so they're just getting some clarifications. And the only reason I know that is because the umpire went with his hands like come and set.
Absolutely. 2 up this half for the Panthers, the 7, 8, 9 batters, Ochoa, Jacinto, and Findrup. Just a reminder, folks, that the Avid Senior Project Play for a Purpose is collecting toys tonight and also cash donations at the gate in order to benefit Lawrence Small Children's Hospital in Bakersfield. If you'd like to support their cause and help them help a great cause, see the young ladies inside the gate on your way in or on your way out. Congratulations, great job, young ladies, as you support this wonderful, wonderful charity.
Even if you're not coming to enjoy a ball game, but you want to drop off a toy and help these Avid girls out, that would be a fantastic idea. Just go to Rite Aid, grab yourself an ice cream, pick up a toy.
I was just going to say, please don't donate an ice cream. If you'd like to donate an ice cream, you're welcome to donate one to the booth.
Hey, did you by any chance turn around? It about scared me to death.
I saw Mandy.
Okay.
So big shout out to our trainer, right? Mandy Stewart is the best.
She is.
So we're going to lead off the third here. Kicking off the third inning for the Panthers, second baseman number 22, Josh Ochoa.
Nuncio coming out for his third inning of work on the bump for the Wildcats.
Ochoa on the year, a 143 batter, 7 ABs, 10 plate appearances, and just 1 hit. But he did apparently score a run. I'm assuming it's on that 1 hit.
First pitch to him in the top of the third is a ball. So the count moves to 1-0. Nuncio into his windup, and here is the pitch.
Swung on. And no dice for the batter there. That one kind of trailing away, batter pulling his head off, and is not able to make a connection. Another fastball then on the hands. That one opposite field driven, but the right fielder, I believe that's Crabtree tracking it.
It is Crabtree.
So a fly out to the number 9 position for the first out. 3 pitches there for Ochoa. Next hit again for the Panthers. Designated hitter number 13, Jared Jacinto. And Jacinto on the year, a 200 batter, 5 ABs and 6 plate appearances, 1 hit and 1 RBI. Just a freshman.
Yeah, that's one of the freshmen on the squad.
Big swing there, and honestly, a great build for a freshman.
Yeah, if you hadn't said he was a freshman, I wouldn't have called him a freshman.
I would have thought he was closer to a senior.
He's a big kid.
That one's, a fastball spike just a bit.
Held on to that one a little too long. 1-1 the count here. And you called him Jacinto?
Jacinto. In on the hands and fouled off. So a great spot from the pitcher. Going to be an even better spot coming in ahead in the count 1-2. Looks like we've got support from our Wildcats softball ladies here. I mean, this is a heck of a crowd. Kudos to Coach Davis for scheduling this one.
Nice pitch.
Oh, man, I'm saying the same thing. That one's going to be fouled off as he did show a little, some nice patience there at the dish to sit on that breaking pitch.
At first, I thought it just got away. I thought that was a good break, but he did get a piece of it.
And the pitch. Driving that fastball home, but just high. So that's 5 pitches now to Jacinto.
2-2 the count.
Again, for those who are watching at home, sorry about the video quality. I think we're having some technical difficulties there. So if you can't see much, we're going to do our best to paint the picture with our voices the best we can.
3-2 the count here on Jacinto. Man, that's a tough name for me. Jacinto.
Nice fastball again in on the hands, and kudos to the batter for fighting that one off. 7 pitches now to the second batter of the third inning for the Panthers. The first quality AB they've had
all night.
Yeah. I mean, looking back, the most we've got is 6 pitches per AB. So this will be the deepest he's gone into any at-bat all night long. That one inside, so he's going to walk him here on 7 pitches.
And that's his first blunder of the night. First walk.
Now batting for the Panthers. Shortstop number 6, Dallin Findrup.
So you have 1 on and 1 out here for the Panthers. This is their first base runner of the evening.
So this is the younger Findrup?
The younger Findrup, yes.
I'm sorry, the older. He's the junior. 125 batter on the year, 8 ABs, and 12 plate appearances.
That ball got away from Ben, high and inside.
So is this is the first batter runner we've seen on the base pass for the Panthers tonight?
Yes. 1 on, runner at first.
Ooh, I mean, that
Put a tag on him.
Well, he caught him sleeping over there. Unfortunately for the runner, he wasn't far in terms of his lead. Unfortunately with the walk, obviously the perfect game is gone. But keeping him off the scoreboard in terms of runs is what our goal is ultimately. Almost a back pick coming there, but that pitch also misses high, 2-0.
Need to go talk to Ben real quick.
Yep. And he does. A smart move there. Maybe your telekinesis is working here tonight, Tommy.
I've coached with Mr. Clark in the dugout a few times. I know what he's telling his catcher to do.
Yep.
Just settle him down. He's just leaving the ball up. Let his defense work for him.
And thus far, defense has looked very solid for the Wildcats.
It really has. That's what I was like, just let the defense work, man. Your defense hasn't let you down yet.
Well, with a 5-run cushion.
Yeah, you've got a good cushion. There's nothing to worry about.
As a pitcher, I mean, you can kind of let your hair down a little bit and just relax, throw the rock, and let your defense work.
I don't think either one of us have any hair to let down.
Well, yeah, that's correct.
So the talk didn't seem to do much good. He's still kind of inside, and this is where Ben got into some trouble on Saturday. He walks a few batters, and that's something that we don't. As a pitching staff for the Wildcats, something we're not interested in.
We got a timeout called there. I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't either, because that time it was called by the outfield umpire.
So no pitch there.
Not positive of what just happened.
So still a 3-0 count here. Findrup the 9 batter. And it'll be a 4-pitch walk issued. Now batting for the Panthers, first baseman number 12, Trey Morris. And, Tommy, this is the last guy you want to have coming up in terms of what we saw before the game and the hype coming in with runners on the bases.
Yeah, no, this is not where you want to be sitting right now as a Wildcat. He could make this a 2-run game real quick. Ben needs to be able to find the strike zone right here, get in there, get on some strikes. See what we can do. Let your defense get the double play ball for you and let it work.
Well, that first AB is a testament to what Ben can do against quality batters. Keeping the ball down in the zone, and he got the batter. He got him swinging on a 6-pitch AB.
That ball, looking for the call for a strike, but it was not. It was a ball low and inside. 1-0 the count.
Now, when he first came up to bat in the first inning, he pounded the zone down but away. And we'll look if he goes back. See if he goes back to that approach here in the third.
Checking on the runner at second base. This ball's going to have to be hit pretty deep for that second guy at second base to score. Doesn't look like he's like one of their speedier ones. Now the guy on first has some speed. Short lead at second. Nuncio in the stretch, in the pitch.
That one in on the hand's a great way to pitch this batter.
Fouled back at the plate. 1-1 the count.
You know, I can really say I'm kudos to Ben for challenging the batter, especially knowing you got a quality batter up there. Come right at him.
Come at him and see what he's got. 1-1 the count.
And the pitch. Nice pitch there. A little high, but the umpire has been giving it all night, and he didn't stray from that call.
No, he did
there.
not at all.
1-2 now against Morris.
Ben took a little bit off that pitch. It was a changeup. Coach out to talk to his batter. Might want to let the batter know, hey, he does like that upper pitch, so that's something that's possible.
Yep, absolutely.
1-2 here on the leadoff hitter. Morris, runners at first and second. Ben out of the stretch. Ground ball up the middle. Cash Clark fields it for the tag out at first.
At second base, he kind of fumbled that one a little bit.
He did, but the runner did not get out of the way, and that might be something that they're going to talk about. We'll see. Runner was safe at first. It was a guaranteed ground ball double play.
So we're going to call that a fielder's choice.
Oh,
So
definitely not
we'll
a base
there.
hit.
Fielder's choice. Now batting for the Panthers, number 4, Davin Findrup. And so Jacinto will be put out for the second out. I'm sorry, second out of this half.
Yeah. And you have Davin Fender up, correct?
Yeah, no, this two-batter pitcher, Findrup.
Yes.
So that probably could have been called interference on the runner.
It could have very easily, and I'm not quite sure as to why Cash didn't hum the ball down to first. But
he was kind of fumbling as he was coming. One, when he was picking it up and fielding it, and two, as he was coming off the bag. I think because he was worried about tripping.
First pitch called strike at the plate.
Findrup 0 for 1 on the night, flying out to the left fielder on one pitch back in the first inning. Runners on the corners here, 2 down for the Panthers. And the pitch from Nuncio. Breaking pitch, really nice job there.
Ben got himself into some trouble early in the inning, but he's come back and he's battled back to an 0-2 count with 2 outs, runners on first and third.
Harkening back to that CVC game, he really did the same thing in that first inning. Got in a little bit of trouble, at least with runners and blocks, but ultimately he was able to battle back and set him down without any runs scored. Looking to do the same here.
Time called at the plate. Ben now in the stretch and the pitch.
Trying to get him to chase there. It does not bite. Not low enough for the umpire to call, as he's had that high strike zone at the chest all night long.
Yeah, no, that was pretty high.
So 1-2 count here, 2 outs in the Panthers' third. Nice curveball. That one hit hard and just past the third baseman Heber. So one will score for the Panthers in the form of Jacinto. And that'll be a single for Findrup. RBI version. Now batting for the Panthers, number 9, Max Zuniga. Zuniga grounded out to the pitcher in the last half. In the first. His only other AB tonight. So Morris at second base. Findrup on first. 2 down. The score now 5-1 in favor of the Wildcats. In on the hands, it swung on but missed. So a 0-1 count here. This is the 6th batter of this half inning.
Yes.
Far and away the most successful offense that we've seen from the Panthers so far tonight. That one also in on the hands, fielded again by Nuncio on to first base, and that'll retire the side.
Panthers able to get a run here in the top half of the third inning. So they got 1 run on 1 hit, left 2 on base. And at the end of 2.5 innings of play, it's your Wildcats 5 and the Panthers 1. We'll be back.
So If you're watching out there in TV land, again, thank you for tuning in. Sorry about the video quality. We're working on that, but for now, you're going to listen to the sweet sound of myself and Tommy White's voice. Leading off the third inning for your Wildcats, junior number 9, Brock Heber.
Brock 0 for 1 on the night, struck out in the first inning. Part of that 1-2-3 strikeout after the pitcher with his trouble, and he is back on the bump, Josh, which is shocking.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have, almost 60 pitches coming in?
He is at 58, yeah, so he's got some.
First pitch well outside.
Not sure what kind of rope that he has on him right now. Ooh.
Checks his swing, but no, he does not. So kind of a lazy check there effort on Brock's part. A 1-1 count. Going to have to be a little bit more disciplined than that. Brock looking to get his first hit of the night after striking out in the first. That one spiked away. So a 2-1 count now as he digs back in.
Again, and I don't know, like you said earlier, we're not sure what kind of depth that he has as far as the pitching staff goes tonight, but we're at 61 pitches in the sixth inning. You're down 5-1, and your pitchers, it just seems like he is struggling tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Wildcats looking to continue that. You know, that one also catches the outside. So 4 pitches in, 2-2 the count to Heber. We're going to have to start going after that outside pitch, Tommy.
Well, I will, yeah. And this is where in the lineup that we have to, because this is the part that did go 1-2-3 in the first inning.
Breaking pitch there misses that way. So full count now to Heber. Now you want to protect, but you also don't want to swing at something that's not going to be in the zone.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you stay on the ball right here. At least protect, get something that you can hit and drive into the outfield.
Great pitch there, blown by Heber for the first out of this half. Next hit again for the Wildcats. Right fielder number 10, Logan Crabtree.
Again, Logan Crabtree over the last 2 games earning a spot in the starting lineup in the right field position.
So Crabtree in his only other plate appearance tonight went down on a 5-pitch looking strikeout. First pitch to him this AB as a called ball. Or plate appearance, I should say. Not an AB just yet. Another fastball down the middle. You know what's funny? That looked like a strike from here, but the catcher's well out of position.
Yeah, he was set up on the outside on that one right there. The pitcher didn't give it to him where he wanted it. 2-0 the count. Pitcher out of the windup in the pitch. Swung on and missed. Big swing by Logan Crabtree.
And stay within yourself here. Put the bat on the ball. I mean, if he's got some velocity, all you got to do is make a connection at the plate.
Ball, they'd rather do the rest. Oh, swinging late now.
Yeah, very, very late there.
2-2 the count. You know, he is getting his first start at the varsity level.
Absolutely. Just a junior.
Yeah.
Gets a call. That again also. He's a little bit late in giving that. I mean, oof.
I don't know that I'd have gave him the timeout right there.
Yeah.
And the umpire's even telling Logan, that's on me. You won't get that again. Got to know when to call it. Logan was calling it as he was getting into his windup. You know you're going to be quick pitched right here. You got to get set in the box and get ready to go.
Load those hands and be ready to swing.
But it does play into our advantage. Gets in his head a little bit. Count runs full here on Logan Crabtree. 1 out here in the inning for your Wildcats. Nobody on base. The pitch. Taken outside for ball 4. And Logan's going to get himself a base.
Now batting for your Wildcats, senior first baseman number 24, Chase Phillips.
Chase only has 1 other at bat today. He struck out in the first inning to end the inning.
So a 6-pitch walk there, 12 pitches this half inning. He had, 56 or 58 coming in?
Yeah, we're at 69 pitches right now.
Well, 58 and 12 is going to be 70.
Oh, here we go with that again.
My math brain's working, Tommy. Swung on and missed, and again, Chase, he swung a couple times the last AB, wasn't able to make connection, and still struggling here.
Well, Chase just coming off of the semifinals of basketball. This is probably one of his second at bat in the season. didn't get the actual spring training like everybody else. He's over there running the semifinals, with the basketball team.
Yeah, big shout out to not only men's and women's soccer making the playoffs. Women's soccer going back-to-back as SSL champions, so a great winter season for the Wildcats. Wildcats basketball, both boys and girls, making runs and getting wins into the playoff season. Boys coming up just short of a second straight finals appearance.
Yeah, we definitely had a good winter season as Wildcat fans.
Looking forward to duplicating that here in the spring.
Oh.
Another late swing there, so a 1-2 count to Phillips. 1 down, 1 on for the Wildcats, up 4 runs, now 5-1 here in the bottom of the third. Down and away that pitch, 2-2. Sounds like somebody down there liked that pitch.
I don't know why.
Just didn't happen to be the person that matters
No.
On the field in terms of calling those.
No. 2-2 the count, runner on first. 1 out here in the inning.
Curveball.
No break. That'll run the count full here on Chase Phillips. 3-2 the count. See if the runner has any action over at first. He stays put. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
So that's what, 6 pitches or 7 pitches out of that AB, Tommy?
6 pitches.
All right, so we've got here. Now batting for your Wildcats. Sophomore number 26, Lane Cash.
Cash does not have an at-bat yet this game. He walked in the second inning to lead us. In the second inning. But he didn't lead us off. But he did walk. So that's a good thing. He did
So
walk.
are we going to get a switch here?
We got people running in and off the field. It looks as if number 13 might be coming to the bump.
Let's see.
That's going to be Jacinto, the DH. And I can't say his name. So it looks like we have a pitching change, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. And we're back. Looks like we did have a pitching change. The DH, number 13, Jared Jacinto, if I'm saying that name wrong, buddy, I apologize, comes in to pitch. He's going to be throwing his first pitch to Mr. Lane Cash, the DH for the Wildcat. Runner on first base in Logan Crabtree. 2 outs here in the inning. Both strikeouts for the leadoff.
And the pitch.
Fouled off at the plate.
That one like a knuckleball off the end of the bat. So
when they throw over to first base, man, I almost want to give him a pitch. I know I don't.
It's hard. A lot of moving pieces up here. A lot of folks don't appreciate necessarily what we got going on up here.
No, there's a lot of button pushing
Not
going
looking
on.
for some self-serving praise here, but it is an operation.
It's definitely work. I miss Rex.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be nice to have that body up here. But, Rex, we miss you. We love you. Wish you the best while you're off at college.
1-1 here on Mr. Cash. Crabtree over at first base. 2 outs. The pitch.
That one ripped to left field, tracking it as a left fielder.
That got over his head. That's going all the way to the wall. Crabtree with some speed is going to round third base, but he's going to be held up by Coach Matty.
So 3 pitches there.
And
Lane Cash with a double.
Yes, sir. A very good double, too. Very nice hit. And that brings up Carson Rodart, who on the night is 2 for 2.
Now batting for the Wildcats, center fielder number 1, Dylan Clark.
Missed Dylan Clark
Just
at
a
the
little ahead
bottom.
of yourself.
Just a little ahead of myself. Got excited. Saw it after you said it.
That's all good. Clark on the night, single, moved on a pass ball and ultimately scored back in the second inning.
He's got a base hit tonight, too, so we're still in the hit column.
Yep, yes,
All right,
sir.
That's all that matters.
So 2 on the pond, both in scoring position. In on the hand, swung on and missed. So 0-1 count here to Clark. 2 down in the Wildcats third, looking to extend the inning and the lead by putting the ball in play and beyond a Panthers defender.
Set up way outside on that.
Looking to get a call way down and away. No dice from the umpire.
That's a good thing.
You know what's funny, Tommy? Sitting here knowing we're not having a bunch of video, it reminds me of the times back in like the 30s and 40s when folks would huddle around their radio and listen to the broadcasts.
You think they're doing it now?
I don't know if they're huddling around the radio, but maybe they're around their computer.
Probably a little bit different nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely.
That pitch was swung on and missed for second strike. We got 2 runners on, ducks on the pond, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the third inning.
Big opportunity here for Clark. And the pitch. Down and away. That one looked like it almost is in the dirt. Short hop to the catcher's mitt as he fell to 2 knees.
Clark right here with a base hit would get the runner in, and that would extend scoring in each of the first top 3 frames for the Wildcats. Big at bat right here for Clark. 2-2 the count. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Deuces wild in the pitch.
Swung on and missed, and that's going to do it for the Wildcats here in the third inning. They threaten but don't play it any, and we'll move to the Panther fourth. Wildcats leading 5-1. And, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the start of the fourth inning where Wildcats warming up on the bump still. 3 strong from Nuncio. Thus far, 45 pitches, giving up just 1 run. And really, it was only the last half inning where we saw a little bit of trouble. And he really did get himself out of a jam, even though they did plate 1.
Yeah, no, he did. And hats off to him because he had himself into a jam. Again, the board has 46, so remind me not to put the first pitch up. I screwed that up earlier. That has nothing to do with the radio or TV land, whatever we're working in right now, YouTube land. But, no, Ben has thrown well over the first 3 innings of work. Did get into some trouble in the second inning, but able to come – I'm sorry, at the third inning, but able to come back. Only give up the 1 run on the 1 hit. Your Wildcats right now in the top of the fourth inning are up 5-1.
And again, folks, for those of you watching at home or wherever you might be watching, we apologize for the video quality. We know we're having some issues with it being really dark, so we've been trying to troubleshoot it, although we are not technical specialists, and we're going to do our best to paint the picture verbally for you. Leading off the fourth inning for the Panthers, number 11, Devin Leba. Leba on the day, 0 for 1, grounding out to the third baseman back in the second.
Number 4 hitter in the lineup. Ooh,
Called strike on the very
nice
first pitch.
Oh, I'm not supposed to add the pitch to the count. You told you to remind me.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
It's all right.
So
I did it.
Don't add the next pitch.
I'm not going to.
Tommy, don't add the next pitch.
I'm going to put my right hand
I got to tell you 3 times, don't add the next pitch. A little bit of discussion again. I haven't seen that a lot this year where mid-at-bat we've had the umpires come out and
not the umpires, the coaches.
I'm sorry, the coaches come out and give a little bit of a pep talk.
Very good. I like the fact you had the crickets that time.
I told the coaches, look, I love you guys. I'm really happy you guys are here. Hope you guys have a great game. But remember, I'm here to help provide a little bit of a home field advantage. If I'm not over PA, then really what am I doing?
Oh, this is very true.
Little low there for the second pitch to Leba.
Did not add it to the pitch count. 1-1 the count.
Boy. So 47 pitches through 3 full innings thus far for Nuncio. Pitch now swung on, a big swing and a big miss there. 1-2 now.
1-2 on the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 4th inning for the Panthers. Nuncio's pitch. Looked at, thought maybe it was going to be a called strike, but it is a ball. 2-2 the count. Nuncio thought it was a strike as well, as he'd been over like thinking maybe he got the looking strikeout.
Well, still got a pitch to give here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes high fastball. That
Outside
beautiful
corner,
job
got
there.
him on that one.
So a 5-pitch strikeout for the first out of this half against the Panthers. Now digging in for the Panthers, number 15, Gavin Wharton. We're getting to the spot in the lineup, Tommy, where we're going to start seeing what they're going to do batting-wise for the DH now coming into pitch.
Yeah, we are. Kind of funny that you were saying big guy coming up the bat, and I kind of laughed at you. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, did I say it over PA?
No, you didn't.
Okay,
you started to.
Didn't mean to.
Yeah, you started to.
So Wharton also 0 for 1 on the day, striking out, swinging back in the second. So far, again, I don't want to jinx him, but a strong outing thus far for Nuncio. Kudos to him.
No, it's not a jinx at all. You're just stating the fact. I mean, he's through almost 3 1/3. That's a fly ball hit to center field. Tracked well by the center fielder. Missed by the center fielder, though, Dylan Clark. In the outfield. Lost it in the lights apparently at the last minute. Had to dive down on the ball. Dropped underneath his glove. That will go as an error on the center fielder. There's no other way of writing that one in the book.
His second pitch to Wharton?
Yes, it was the second pitch.
It was a 1-0 count, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I got to fix that. Sorry. See, even I screw up on pitch counts, Tommy. Now batting for the Panthers, number 7, Matthew Lozano.
That ball should have been handled easily in the outfield by Clark, and he just lost it in the lights and had to make a dive on it.
Coming in on him, his first move was backwards. And as an outfielder, that's kind of what you're taught, which I thought was
100%.
great. It was short and shallow. Probably a tough pitch tough catch to make, but it will go down as an error nevertheless.
Yes, especially at home.
1-0 now to Lozano. Another big bat here for the Panthers. Runner on, 1 down in the Panthers' 4th. Nice pitch there. Ooh. I don't know where that one missed, Tommy.
I'm not real sure. It was on the outside corner, but he does not like the knees. I've just thrown that out there. Something that we know for a fact from this. He's consistent with that.
Nice job by the catcher to get in front of that one. Down and in. So a 3-0 count here to Lozano. We'll see how he attacks it here, knowing he's probably not going to have the green light.
He's one of their leading batting averages coming into the game, so there's a good possibility that he may have the light.
He did have a 600 batting average coming in, the leading batter according to Max Preps ahead of tonight's contest. Pickoff move not in time to catch Leba.
And that is not a pitch, by the way.
It is not a pitch.
Yeah, I'm learning.
You are right, Tom. He might have a green light here, especially given that the Panthers are down at this point in the contest. Really nice pitch there inside. Catches the black, and it's a called strike. 3-1.
Ben just needs to come back. The infield is playing double play depth up the middle.
Be nice to see one of those to end the half. Another nice pitch. Did that one have a little bit of movement on it?
Had a little bit. Looked like it might have been a changeup or maybe a slider, but it was an off speed one way or the other.
Yeah, saw probably a slider because it was coming into the batter. Change your arm angle a little bit on your curveball, you got yourself a slider.
You do. 3-2 the count.
Nice
Strike 3
pitch.
called. Looked right at it, too. Ben came back, battled back from a 3-0 count to a strike 3. That's 2 outs. We got some talking going on in the dugout because we got people coming out of the dugout, and it looks to be as if somebody's going to go ahead and be tossed at this point. He came out real quick out of that dugout, running chops.
Where's the no crying? Oh, man.
You missed your chance.
It's hard to find it on that sound app. Now batting for the Panthers, number 22, Josh Ochoa. I got to just find my crickets here. Where in the heck is that? There it is, all the way at the bottom.
Probably not positive on what was going on, but they did not like whatever happened because he was the plate umpire didn't say anything. The field umpire come running down, and the coach came out of the dugout, and they met at the field.
Swung on him and driven up the middle. Fielded nicely by the shortstop, Cash Clark, and that'll do it for the Panthers in the fourth.
So the air does not hurt the Wildcats, and they get 0 runs here in the top half of the fourth inning. So your Wildcats still lead after 3.5. Wildcats 5, Panthers 1.
Did you have...
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Looks like Jacinto's back out, trying to get his first full inning of work. Just a third under his belt thus far. Still a lot of discussion on the field between the manager for the Panthers and both umpires now, but most specifically the field umpire. Definitely getting an earful, maybe giving one.
I really do feel it has something to do with Ben's approach, I'm assuming.
Maybe a little delivery thing.
But I have seen no problem with his delivery at all. But I will say, if your pitcher gets a little bit of a talking to by the umpire, you're going to come out and be a little more specific too. I like the fact that Coach Heber's standing there ear hustling.
I agree. And that's going to be the end of that discussion.
Yeah, there's no more discussion.
Leading off the fourth inning for your Wildcats, top of the order, senior number 3, Carson Rodart.
Rodart is 2 for 2 on the day with a single and a double. Those were both against the starting pitcher for tonight. Fender up. This is the first time that he will be facing Jacinto. Man, I hope I'm saying that right.
Jacinto.
Yeah.
Now, Rodart 2 for 2 on the night, a single and a double, stolen base, 2 runs scored. Heck of a night thus far, looking to keep that thing rolling. Top of the order really is booing the Wildcats tonight, not only in production, all the pitches. He's been hit almost 3 times tonight, and tonight, or this at-bat.
Yeah, you can't deny that one.
Fourth and final, or the 4th time.
He did get hit in the last at-bat, but nothing that they could do.
Now batting for the Wildcats, senior number 4, Ethan Ward.
So 1 pitch and a runner on base. Carson Rodart now on first after being hit by the pitch. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
So Ward 1 for 2 in the night, striking out in his last plate appearance and getting a single back in the first, also scoring a run in the first. So a good night so far for that Wildcat. Called strike on the first pitch to Ward.
He does like that outside corner a whole lot. And that was a great frame job, even though I feel the catcher's moving that pitch in way too much as far as the catcher's concerned.
So Ward taking his time outside the box, making sure he's got some comfort as he digs back in, getting some extra signs from Coach Davis. We'll see what they do on first base with a speedy Rodart, no outs on the scoreboard. Big shout out to Tyler's gone at this point, but he helped us out early on, and to my son Parker for help with the video, or at least the audio part of the video.
The audio for sure.
Tommy, shout out to Tommy White for his work on the scoreboard tonight. Rodart on the move. Great jump and not a great pop time for the catcher from the Panthers. So a stolen base for Rodart. Going to add that now his second on the night.
And a ball at the plate, so we have a 1-1 count.
Runner in scoring position, no outs for the Wildcats. Ward at the dish.
Carson with a great lead out there at second base.
Jacinto delivers. That one, Ooh.
He likes the high pitch.
Called strike at the number, at the letters. Excuse me.
It's all right. I got you. That's going to be called all night. We got to start swinging the bat at that pitch.
Well,
I know it doesn't. We don't like it, but it's something that he's going to call. We got to swing.
If you're going to leave the ball up, elevate that into the outfield. Maybe you move him over on a sack. Maybe you get lucky and it falls. So nobody holding him on, although they are getting a little bit of movement and the delivery. That one inside and driven hard down the left field side, but it trails foul.
Count remains 1-2.
This will be the 5th pitch here to Ward.
I think Tyler, when he found out we weren't going to get any video, he went down and decided to get his own for the night for Ball City Clicks.
There you go. Shout out Ball City Clicks.
Yeah, trying.
That one also inside. We're doing a good job of kind of getting around on it, but just a little early.
Now, with this umpire, I'm going to tell you where I'd go with my next pitch.
I go down away at the knees.
Yes, I would too, and that's you're going to have to fight it off.
Ward up on the plate, pretty tight. Rodart on the move. No, he does retreat back to second base. So that'll be the first out of this half. Next it again for the Wildcats. Junior number 2, Cash Clark.
Haciendo right there doing a really good job of getting Ward to strike out right there.
So Ward the first out of this half. Cash has had a heck of a game thus far. He had a single in the first inning.
He had a double.
In the first inning. What happened in the last half?
He had a double.
It was a double. I didn't write it down.
So that's what we say is double, double, double. He's having the in and out night. He wants a double, double.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I could go for in and out right now.
I could too right now. First pitch to Clark.
And he steps off there. I think he is a little bit gun-shy with Rodart there now at second base. The Wildcats got some speed on the pass at the top of the lineup.
The second baseman is doing a lot of dancing out there. I understand Rodart has got a pretty decent lead, but he is dancing a ton. Nobody there. I knew eventually it was going to cost him, and it cost him right there. Rodart moving up to third base on the errant throw by the pitcher.
You call that E1?
Oh, definitely error. That's
all right.
That's a definite.
So Rodart moves up 90 feet, now just another 90 feet away from plating a run for the Wildcats. The third inning for the Wildcats, the only inning where they have not scored, so they're looking to break that streak here.
Clark still looking for the first pitch at the at-bat. Rodart now standing on third base. And the pitch.
Looks like he tried to get on some type of curveball there, and just no break, and that one stayed high.
I'm going to tell you this, and as a coach, just looking at it, I do blame the second baseman was doing a lot back there with Rodart. Rodart wasn't really making a move, but he had the pitcher looking at him as much as he could, and the pitcher just finally turned around and was like, I'm going to pick him off.
Well, you got to use some verbal cues. The pitcher doesn't have the opportunity. That one chopped down the left field side and foul. You know this as well as I do, as well as moving to kind of keep the runner honest. You got to use some verbal cues with your pitcher to say, hey, if I'm going to be coming and you want to turn around and throw it, this is when I'm here.
Yeah, no, for sure. And there was nobody at second base, and Rodart able to move up to third, the ball going into center field, of course. It was a decent pickoff throw. I mean, it was right over the top of the bag.
The delivery to Clark down. That one's going to get away from the catcher, and the runner will score. So Rodart now 3 runs on the night, scoring on the wild pitch there. 2-1 count now to Cash Clark. No runners on, 1 down in the Wildcat fourth. Wildcat lead now is 5 runs, up 6-1. And Tommy, it feels like we're talking a lot more than we usually do, although we don't talk little on the broadcast.
but we're a radio. I mean, I feel like I should have my Vin Scully hat on.
I agree.
2-1 the count here on Clark.
Curveball, that one hit hard to the left field, tracking it as a left fielder, but it will fall short, and Clark remains hot. A single there on the 4th pitch.
Cash Clark, have yourself a night. 3 for 3, 2 doubles and a single.
Now batting for the Wildcats. Catcher number 25, William Espinoza. Yeah, absolutely, Cash. So far, 3 hits, 2 doubles and a single. The only thing he hasn't done thus far is hit one over 2 things. He hasn't hit one over the fence, and he hasn't scored yet. We're looking to break that streak as well.
I hate to be the guy to say this, but if you thought the pitcher was struggling with Rodart on the base path, you're going to have a problem with Clark on the base path.
Would not be surprised to see Cash on the move. Very short lead there for Cash's standards. Easily back to first as the pickoff attempt falls short.
He's just one of those guys that just likes to be a bug to the pitcher and get him off of his game. And
Catcher setting up well outside to Espinoza. That one lifted and is going out of play. So 0-1 count to Espinoza.
Clark was not on the move on that pitch, just so we're aware.
Would not be surprised to see a little hit and run action here. You
do have a free swinger at the plate.
Yep, you got it. He's struggled putting the bat on the ball thus far this year, and so that may be a concern if a hit and run is the choice. But that one also swung on and fouled behind home plate. With two strikes here, I think hit and run's on, kind of regardless.
You definitely have speed on the base path in Clark.
The only concern is maybe you hit yourself into a double play or run yourself into a double play if it's a line drive or really lifted shallow.
With a 5-run lead here in the top half of or bottom half of the fourth, though, might play it conservative and maybe give Cash a green if he sees it. Cash does have just a small lead, but he is creeping, and he's going on the pitch.
He does poke the hit and run. It was on. You would think I'm looking through a crystal ball.
Yes, sir.
Espinoza with his first hit of the evening. He's going to move Cash Clark over to third base. So that was, 3 pitches to William?
3 pitches to William.
And next up we're going to have... Now batting for the Wildcats, junior number 9, Brock Heber. So Heber with a grand opportunity here to not only plate some runs, get off the schneid in terms of how he's performed thus far on the score sheet, and keep the Wildcats fourth alive.
Yeah, he definitely does, and he needs a base hit. He's due. You got runners on first and third in Espinoza and Clark, and both of them have pretty good wheels. Looking probably for Espinoza to be doing something here on this first pitch.
Yeah, try to distract the pitcher, although with the righty pitcher it's a little bit more difficult. Maybe a little small ball with Heber squaring to bunt earlier. Maybe it's a little slash action.
It's a slash action.
Really held on to that quite a while. So kudos to Brock for not pulling it back.
It might have been a safety squeeze.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you got speed at third, and it'd be a grand opportunity to do that.
We talked at the beginning of the broadcast that Coach Matty does like to play small ball.
Now Heber, a second-year varsity player. A little bit of break in that one. He watches it to the glove, and it's going to be a called strike.
1-1 here in the count. 1 out in the inning. Bottom half of the fourth, the Wildcats already have 1 run in. Runners on first and third. And the pitch.
Spikes that one. Catcher keeps it in front. Clark retreats, as does Espinoza. Ill-advised back pick there by the catcher.
Yeah, that wasn't where I'd have went with that ball.
What do you always say as a coach, Tommy, when you got a runner on third base? Don't throw behind the runner.
Never.
I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, especially as you go up the ranks with a quality catcher. But at the high school, it's a lot tougher.
Yeah, Espinoza could have got himself in a pickle right there, and Cash could have come across the score quickly.
So 2-1 now to Heber and the delivery. Down and away, so 3-1 count now. So no harm necessarily by putting Heber aboard here if he does walk him, because it does not force any runs in. But you definitely don't want to load the bases.
Yeah, you have an open base, but you don't want to load him with 1 out here in the inning.
And the delivery. Up and inside, so Heber will walk. Next to dig in for the Wildcats, junior number 10, Logan Crabtree.
So the pond's full of ducks right now for the Wildcats here in the bottom half of the fourth inning with 1 out. Logan Crabtree, the junior, coming up to the plate. Logan got a base on balls his last at bat, so he's 0 for 1 on the day.
Looking to get on the positive side of the box score. Logan, again, got his first RBI and his first AB and first varsity appearance against CVC last Saturday. That one lifted to shallow center. Will Clark be tagging? He does, because the center fielder is on his back foot. No throw as it's cut off by the catcher. So a sacrifice fly there from Logan Crabtree. We got pinch hitter here, Sawyer Murlack. Pinch hitting for your Wildcats, number 16, Sawyer Murlack. So Murlack in the bat for the former first baseman Chase Phillips.
I have a feeling Chase Phillips will be re-entering the game.
Yeah, defensively it probably makes sense to Chase has struggled thus far, 0 for 2 on the night. First pitch to Murlack taken for a called strike. I feel like I'm talking on the PA. Thank goodness I'm not. I'd hate to hear me say that. It's the truth. I'm not trying to put him down.
No, not at all. You just struggled at the plate.
Looking for maybe a little change of pace and a spark here with 2 down and the base is juiced.
Juiced.
Sorry, I forgot Clark came in. Was it a pass ball? Did I miss that?
No, it was a fly ball sack.
That's what it was. Sack fly.
Swung on and missed on the second pitch. 0-2 the count here on Murlack. 2 on, 2 out.
How many pitches did
2
you
in.
have to Crabtree?
3.
3 pitches, okay.
We're at 29.
I don't know how in the world I missed that.
It's all right.
That one in the dirt. Decent block by the catcher there to keep it in front. So Sawyer Murlack, the junior, his first season as a varsity player. Been in the Wildcats program, I believe, 2 years now.
Yeah.
Moving in as a freshman. Got the start in the opener against CVC. That one hit hard at the middle, taken on the short hop by the shortstop, and that'll do it for the Wildcats here in the fourth, but not before they plate 2 and extend that lead now 6 runs. The Wildcats lead 7-1. So Nuncio goes 4 strong.
We are back with a new pitcher on the bump for the Wildcats. It looks like third baseman Brock Heber is going to go to the bump for the Wildcats.
Now toeing the rubber for your Wildcats, junior number 9, Brock Heber. Nuncio finishes 4 innings strong, 59 pitches, and just 1 run allowed. Due up this half for the Panthers, the 8, 9, and 1 batters, Jacinto, Findrup, and Morris in order, assuming no changes from the Panther dugout. How many pitches did you? Okay.
I have 59 for Bid. Bid had a
previous inning? 8 plus what? 8 plus?
We're at 34 pitches.
Okay, so he had 26 that half.
Yes.
Final tally for Jacinto after that half inning of work, 34 pitches, 3-4.
Bid Nuncio had a good showing tonight. 4 strong innings pitched. His strikeout count was...
Now batting for the Panthers, number 13, Jared Jacinto.
6 strikeouts, couple walks in the third inning where he struggled, but he came back and only allowed 1 run.
Well, assuming no change in the score against the Wildcats, Ben will earn himself a win tonight.
He's in line for the win. First pitch from Heber is called strike. 0-1 the count.
Nice curveball there. Nice job to retreat a little bit and catch it on the longer hop Great job by, is that Rodart at
Rodart.
third base? Oh. So an infield single.
Infield single. Have to give him the hit on that. He said he pulled his foot. Great job by Rodart to play that ground ball back.
It was a very nice job there. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. I don't have a 2.
Matty going out to talk to the field umpire to see if we can't get a correction.
I don't have number 2 on the lineup card.
All he had to do was ask for help on that one to see if his foot actually did pull. He's not in a position to say he pulled his foot, to be honest with you. So we have a pitch hitter here for the
Maybe I've got
Panthers.
his number wrong all night long. It shows Findrup as the batter. I'm really confused here. I don't think I've seen this guy all night, have you?
No, I have not, and I couldn't tell you who he is.
So this is going to be the top.
The unknown batter, though,
5.
just received a strike. 0-1 the count.
Now this is in the 9 spot.
It is in the 9 spot.
Their roster on Match Prep shows Findrup, the younger version, as number 2, but they listed him as number 6 in the lineup. So I don't know if I screwed that up from the start, or maybe they wrote down the wrong number, or I can't read.
0-2 the count on whoever the guy is at the plate is right now. It looks to be Fender. I think that's the younger version. Because when you said he was the older version earlier, I was like, man, no, I don't think so.
Maybe
0-2 the count. Runner on first base. No outs here in the top half of the 5th inning.
I'll have to scan the field after this at bat for some defensive changes for the Wildcats. We do know that Rodart basically he's over at third base now.
Rodart
That
at
he was on the
third.
bomb.
Nuncio at second.
Now it looks like is Cash at short there.
Cash is at short.
All right, still got looks like Crabtree in right, Clark in center, probably Ward in left unless it's Murlack. That one hit hard to the right side of the infield, gloved nicely by Nuncio.
To get the force out at second base.
So fielder's choice there. 4 to 6. So 3 pitches there to Findrup. Back to the top of the order we go. Now batting for the Panthers, number 12, Trey Morris. Now Morris on the night, 0 for 1 technically. Grounded into the fielder's choice in the third inning, and struck out swinging in the first.
Wildcats play to pull here with Ben going over to shallow right field. Ground ball to the first baseman, Phillips.
Oh, he boots that
the
one.
ball. Phillips is struggling tonight. Phillips is not having the night that he would normally have.
So we're going to go E3 there, 1 pitch. Now batting for the Panthers, number 4, Davin Findrup.
You know, and I will say in Phillips' defense, he hasn't had a lot of practice right now. He's fresh into the baseball.
Yes.
Just coming off of the basketball game was it the beginning of this week or the end of last week?
We finished, I believe it was Tuesday night. So
Tuesday night.
Basically, he's had Wednesday and Thursday at practice.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's not easy to switch up on the sport, and he's not as far as the rest of the team is.
Yeah, that's true.
Runners on first and second right now with 1 out.
Findrup thus far on the day, 1 for 2, flying out to left field in the first inning, earning himself a single in the third. Did get himself an RBI his last at bat. First pitch to him down and in. 1-0.
Guaranteed Chase Phillips. Give him a couple of nights, and he's going to be right back to the old Chase Phillips on the ball field, and he'll be fine.
Nice pitch there to come even. Again, for those folks who are watching at home, if you tuned in a little bit later, the broadcast may be quite dark. We apologize for that. We're working on some of that, but for now you're going to be serenaded by the sweet sounds of our voices as we enunciate and detail for you exactly what this game is looking like. 7-1 Wildcats here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch from Heber down to the 2-batter Findrup. 2-1 count.
Nuncio starting the game off for the Wildcats, win a strong 4. Heber here in his first inning of work in the top of the 5th. Has runners at first and second.
His fastballs look great when he's found a solid location. Decent velocity. That one lifted to right field down the line. Tracking it is Crabtree, and I'm not sure if it'll stay fair. It does not, as he's unable to glove it. And so that'll be a long march back to the box and a 2-2 count now to Findrup.
He would really being unlucky with defense right now.
Yeah, I mean, he should have had his second out there at first base in the form of Morris. It happens to get booted by the first baseman. That one probably could have been gloved, but you do have some relative inexperience in right field, which is normal for baseball.
Absolutely.
Especially for everything below maybe the college level. It was a long run to Crabtree's credit, and he almost gloved it.
2-2 the count. 2 runners on.
That one driven hard inside by the pitcher, and it's not going to find the zone. So a 3-2 count.
You know it's a long night when Josh is picking up his second energy drink. And he's cracked it.
And I'm so glad that you said energy drink, Tommy, so everyone's very clear that there might be blue on the outside of the can, but it's not that type of blue, folks. Definitely a Celsius here. So pickoff attempt at second base is unsuccessful. I believe that's the younger Findrup, now at second base. Oh, I'm sorry, Jacinto has a pinch runner. That's definitely not Jacinto, but he's the one who should be on base.
Miscommunication again on a pickoff move at second base, moving the runner up.
Sorry, it's not Findrup. It is.
It is.
Pinch runner for Jacinto. Probably going to be, is that Perez? Is it number 3?
Yes. So the runner moves up to third. We have runners on first and third, 1 out, 3-2 count. Miscommunication between the pitcher and your middle infielders once again, and it happened against the Wildcats, and now it's happened for the Wildcats.
The count you have is 3-2, and I would concur. Heber comes set. And the pitch. Driven hard inside, just unable to catch the zone, and a 6-pitch walk is going to load the bases.
Little trouble here for the Wildcats in the top half of the fifth.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 9, Max Zuniga. Now again, having a 6-run cushion is nice. Coming into an inning where you change pitchers, not a good thing, knowing that gap could close right here. Zuniga on the night, 0 for 2, actually hitting the ball and being put out the exact same way, 1-3 in both the first and third innings. First pitch is a called strike there.
1 out in the inning, middle infield playing double play depth. Corners are in.
Breaking pitch does not catch the zone, but is pretty nice there.
1-1 the count.
Just misses inside.
Now, I will say that Zuniga is – Zuniga is not their leading. That's Lozano. Foul back at the plate.
I got a piece of it just underneath. Looks like he's trying to elevate that, maybe try to sacrifice or get the ball hit deep.
Instead, count goes to 1-2.
Tommy, did I ask you, is it number 2 or number 3 at third base?
You did ask, and I believe I gave you the number 3. Time called at the plate, and it's not number 3, it's number 2.
So I'm really confused because that guy was put out, according to what I have on the lineup card.
No, he was a fielder choice, Bob.
He hit into the fielder's choice.
He hit into the fielder's choice.
So how can he come back as a starter and as a pinch runner? Is that doable?
That ball is driven down the right field line. That's going to plate 1. Bases are going to remain loaded. That was a base hit. And 1 run across.
So Morris is at third base. You now got Findrup at second and Zuniga at first. Now batting for the Panthers, number 11, Devin Leba. So still just it's a 5-run game right now. Not sure at this point, if we have a successful at-bat on behalf of the Panthers, if you call timeout and either make a pitching change or just settle the pitcher down. But 1 out here, you got to do something to not let runs cross the dish. That one lifted up and out of play behind home plate.
0-1 the count.
Heber working out of the stretch here. Now, if memory serves, I think he's blown out of the stretch the entire game. Maybe just be kind of his
it's his way.
his routine.
His routine, for sure. He doesn't come out of a windup, but it's an 0-2 count. Had some juice on that fastball right down the middle.
Hey, he showed signs last year of having some pretty solid velocity as a first-year pitcher.
Yeah.
So this year back in the rotation.
Big, strong kid. Able to throw the ball pretty well. Runners take their lead from the stretch.
Nice pitch there. Probably could have got a call, but I don't think that where the catcher was expecting that ball to be placed.
No, he was looking for it up, and it went down, and instead he went to his knees. You're never going to get a call if the catcher goes down into a knees position, unless he swings, of course. 1-2 the count.
Espinoza very traditional in his stance. A lot of guys now are shifting to move the knees around. Oh, that one's going to get behind Espinoza. Morris will score from third on the pass ball. And the Panthers add another to their tally.
Two count. Runners on second and third now. On that pass ball, everybody moved up 90. Still one out here in the inning.
Oof.
Wildcats looking for a big strikeout right here.
There we go, and he got it. And so Label will go down on strikes. I believe that's 5 pitchers, Tommy?
Yes, 21 total.
The second out of this half. Now batting for the Panthers, number 15, Gavin Wharton. Wharton on the day, 0 for 1. Reaching on the error by the center fielder in the last half inning and also striking out swinging back in the second. 2 down now here in the Panthers' fifth. Swung on and missed there. So Heber thus far has given up 2 and basically 2/3 inning of work thus far. 2 on the pond still, but looking to get out of that jam right here. Breaking ball, nice job there, and it finds the zone. 0-2 now.
And to Heber's defense, both of those unearned. One reaching on an air, the other reaching on a
pass ball. That one in on the hands, great pitch selection, but Wharton's able to foul it off and stay alive. Great job there. Knowing you're ahead, let's go challenge that batter and get it in on the hands. Maybe we can pop it up. Maybe they can swing and miss. And on that one, he's lucky enough to stay alive.
Heber definitely labored in this inning with 24 pitches already. Nice stop by Espinoza behind the plate to keep that one in front of him as the ball goes in the dirt. Count moves to 1-2. Wharton has struck out once, reached on an error by the center fielder. Back in the fourth. From the stretch, delivered, swung on a miss, tagged out at the plate. And he tossed his helmet. Not sure as if he shouldn't be thrown out of the game right there for that.
7, 12, 17, 22.
The Panthers get 2 runs, leave 2 on, and in the middle of the fifth, it's your Wildcats 7, the Panthers 3.
Thank you for bearing with us with the audio, or the video, excuse me, as we kind of work through some of those technical issues.
Still able to bring the audio and the radio version of this game tonight. Wildcats got off to an early lead in the first and second innings, scoring 2 in the first, 3 in the second. We didn't score in the third, but able to get 2 more into the fourth. And that's where we're at right now with a 7-3 ball game here in the bottom half of the fifth inning.
Wildcats looking to add to their tally here, extend that lead as we get into the last two stanzas of this this contest. It's been tightly contested outside of those first couple of innings, and we'll see if the Wildcats can extend here. Leading off the fifth inning for your Wildcats, sophomore number 26, Lane Cash. Now, since we're talking about Lane, I want to send a shout out to his family. God love Miranda and Brad, done a great job raising that young man. And so I just want to send some love and prayers to you guys.
Lane had a double in his last appearance at the plate.
Yep, reached on a walk in the second inning. Scored that half. So he's 1 for 1 thus far with a double to his credit. 1-0 count here to Cash. Let's see if we've got Nuncio there at the oh, that one hit hard. Deep but foul down the left field side.
No place better to be on a Friday night than Taft High Baseball. That pitch taken low and outside, 2-1 the count.
Two and one, there we go. Got to catch myself up there. Breaking pitch does not bite, and it's going to be a 3-1 count here. So let's see if he gets the green light, if we're going to hold on to it. Jacinto, the relief pitcher for the starter Findrup, out of the Panthers dugout, the Panthers bullpen, has definitely had done a better job of managing his pitch count thus far, but hasn't had any more luck keeping runners off the base paths or off the home plate, or scoring. Good Lord.
Scoring.
Keeping the Wildcats from scoring. It's a 3-2 count now to the leadoff batter for the Wildcats here in the fifth.
Fifth inning, and we're still tongue-tied. It's early in the season. It's spring training for us as well.
Curveball misses high, so a 6-pitch free pass issued to the sophomore, Lane Cash.
And we have, once again, the leadoff runner on base.
Now batting for the Wildcats, junior number 1, Dylan Clark.
Dylan Clark is 1 for 2 on the day. Got a single in the second. Struck out in the third. Runner at first.
Nice pitch there. Clark liked it, but it was a little bit too in, so he held it, but it's still a called strike.
Lane Cash over at first base does have some speed on the base path for the Wildcats. That's one thing we don't lack is speed.
Yeah, team speed overall, we're pretty solid. And I wouldn't say that anybody on the team is particularly slow. You do give up some when you get to some of our taller guys, but I mean, basically the top 3 and the bottom 3 bottom 2 are quite speedy. Nice pitch up and inside that time, did not catch the zone, so the count will even up at 1 apiece.
1 runner on here in the bottom half of the fifth inning, 1-1 count, nobody out. That one fouled back and out of play, brings the count to 1-2. Wildcats doing a good job tonight, and something that they didn't do Saturday, but I'm assuming it's something they did well on Tuesday. But they're getting the leadoff runner on base one way or the other, whether it be from a walk or a base hit. They have gotten the leadoff runner on pretty much 4 of the 5 first innings here, and that's led to some big runs.
Yeah, 1-2 count here to Clark. Nobody out. We'll see if we can keep the momentum moving for the Wildcats. Checks his swing. That one in the dirt. Does not get a call.
Count moves to 2-2. Catcher begging for the outfield umpire to check that swing, and he's not going to do it. I do believe the outfield umpire giving a little too much, having the mask on, thinking it's cold outside. He's got his gloves on like it's a winter night out here, and it's a great spring evening here at the ballpark.
Probably mid-50s. It was 58 at first pitch.
Count moves to full, 3-2 here on Dylan Clark. Clark able to battle back, moving this count to a 3-2 count.
54 degrees according to Wonder Map.
Still a great night.
Yeah, crisp, clear, not a cloud in the sky. Well, if there was, I couldn't see it because it's dark. Runner on the move, a hit and run action on again for the Cats, and that one's going to get through on the left side.
Base hit for Dylan Clark. He's 2 for 3 on the night.
Back to the top of the order we go for the Wildcats. Next to dig in for the Cats, senior number 3, Carson Rodart.
Rodart 2 for 2 on the night. He was hit by a pitch his last at bat. Runners now on first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning for your Wildcats.
Rodart, him and Cash Clark. What a night for those two.
Pitch taken outside and low. 1-0 the count.
Did you already go through the box score for Rodart?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, 2 for 2 on the night's a heck of a way to be, especially when you earn an extra one the hard way.
Yeah, he's been on base all 3 at bats. 2 technical at bats. He's going to call that a strike. He has been all night. I knew that Rodart didn't like it, but I knew it was coming.
Was it down and away?
No, it was up and away.
Oh, man. Yeah, a
He
little bit
likes
of a
that
shifting
pitch.
zone.
He-
Definitely a wide zone.
He likes that pitch, man.
That one hit hard and deep. Will it get back? Off the wall, Carson Rodart. Rounding third base is going to be Lane Cash. Into third base will be Dylan Clark. And the Wildcats plate another on the stand-up double from Carson Rodart.
So I will give Carson a hard time just because I can. We call that a power shortage when it hits the wall.
Next to dig in for the Wildcats, senior number 4, Ethan Ward.
But in the reality, that was a great hit.
That was a fantastic hit. The Wildcats played another, extend that lead. Now it's 5 runs again, back to 8-3. So it's going to be a 3 pitch at bat for Rodart. It's going to put him on second base. He plates Lane Cash, and you've got Dylan all the way over to third base. That one down in the dirt.
Still nobody out here in the inning. Runners at second and third. Any base hit right now. Infield's playing very in. I don't know why I'd play in with 5-run deficit. I wouldn't be playing in, but they're playing in. Carson pretty much standing in the middle of second and third.
You know, it's funny. You're talking about a little bit of a power shortage, and it makes me think back to Carson's younger brother, Wyatt. You know, you'd see him in front of the tee. His dad and mom have videos
Jack
of him.
City.
Jack City.
Jack City.
When
I'm
he
wearing
didn't
the
hit it
Jack City
square.
hat.
Absolutely. Not Jack City. And so, Carson, I'm sorry, buddy, but that almost Jack City, just not quite there. Did he check his swing?
He's safe on it.
Safe on it? Okay. So is it a 2-0 count?
2-1.
2-1, excuse me.
2-1 count here on Ethan Ward. Ethan does have a base hit on the night. He's 1 for 3. Runners at second and third. Rodart playing short basically for the Panthers, leading off from second.
That one at the knees, not called a strike, although he has been there at times tonight. So fortunate for the Wildcats, it's going to give him a hitter's count at 3-1.
3-1 count for Ward.
Now we're looking to extend the lead here, as well as to get back to even in terms of batting average on the night. The guy behind him, Cash Clark, has had himself a heck of a night. We'll detail that as he comes to the dish. Assuming something astronomically crazy doesn't happen and we get all 3 outs here in this at-bat. Now away, so Ward's going to find his way to first base, earning it the free pass the easy way.
And that brings the bases loaded. Catcher's going to go out and talk to the pitcher.
Now batting for the Wildcats, junior number 2, Cash Clark. So the visiting catcher calling on the dugout to come out and talk to the pitcher. I don't know if he's saying, hey, man, he's done for the night.
Yeah, he is. He basically told him he's done, and and I hate to tell you this, but the dugout said, too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what they have tomorrow. Maybe they have a game. They're trying to save some arms.
I don't know, but I don't know, especially if the guy's hurting.
Well, coming into this.
And here we go.
Okay, so
all
we
right,
do
there we
have.
go. I was really concerned about that. I was like, I get you might have a game coming up tomorrow, but if the guy on the bump's arm's sore, by all means, it's too early in the season.
So this is the 5th inning, so he'd have another two innings full if they do pull him. And it looks like they will.
It looks like number 6 is going to come in. I don't know where he's coming in to.
So he's coming in defensively. They're going to hand the rock to I don't know who. Not sure what the signal was there. Maybe he's looking for some warm-up. I don't know what the catcher's doing. Looks like he handed the ball off there. Bringing in the center fielder.
Number 6 is going to go to left. Your left fielder's going to center, and your center fielder's coming into pitch.
So if that's correct, Lozano, number 7. No, they made some defensive changes since then. What number you got? It looks like a double digits.
20-something.
Ochoa maybe. Well, let's look at the stat sheet and see who's actually pitched thus far this year. So there's no Ochoa thus far. Double-digit numbers is probably going to be Wharton.
No, it's the 20s.
Yeah, so
that's going to be this guy's first time on the bump, number 22.
It is Ochoa. Ochoa will take over on the bump for the Panthers.
For those of you that can't see it, it's an update. It looks like we might have had a pitcher hurt his arm just giving out on him right there on that last pitch. So Ochoa's coming in, and it will get time to warm up in this inning.
So this is bottom 6, right, Tommy?
Bottom of 6, yes. No, bottom of 5, bub.
Bottom of – okay, good. That's what
So your Wildcats have the bases loaded when play will resume. Cash Clark at the plate. Cash is 3 for 3 tonight with 2 doubles and a single. Nobody out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Wildcats looking to extend the lead. One already crossed here in the bottom half. Wildcats have only had 1 inning so far tonight that they did not score. That was in the 3rd. From there, they have scored 2 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th, and now 1 here in the 5th inning.
New pitcher for the Panthers, now towing the rubber, number 22, Josh Ochoa. Jacinto finishes 2 full innings worth of work. 53 pitches in those innings. Let's see here. New pitcher right here.
Catcher going out to talk to the pitcher prior to this, and he called for the dugout, and the dugout granted him.
Again, now batting for the Wildcats. Number 2, Cash Clark. Ran all the way through his walk-up song, which very rarely happens. You're lucky to get 10 or 15 seconds on that one.
Very rarely.
Let's see if we can get a little other action going on here. That push.
Ochoa looks like he has a little bit more speed to his ball than the pitcher that was on the bump prior.
Can't get it that one on.
So Cash Clark stepping into the batter's box. 0-0 count on Clark. Nobody out here in the inning. Bases are loaded for your Wildcats. Ochoa out of the stretch and the pitch. Taken outside. Ball does get away, but the runner holds at first.
So you should have bases juiced here.
You've
got Dylan Clark at third base, Carson Rodart at second, Ethan Ward at first. Bases loaded. I think Coach Matty, hey, we're up. Maybe he's comfortable, doesn't want to press his luck there. And with nobody out and a hot hitter at the plate, no use in trying to risk a runner moving in case the catcher's able to get him. Breaking pitch there, misses high, 2-0.
2-0 the count here on Clark. Definitely a hitter's count for him. I'm assuming anything close to the plate, Clark will be taking a good whack at it.
Nice pitch down and away. Oh, called strike. I don't want to complain too much.
No.
But it does seem like he's changing a little bit. Sometimes it expands, especially at the knees and the chest, at the high ends or low ends of the strike zone. That one chopped up the middle.
You have to go, Clark.
On the short hop.
Safe all the way around, and that's going to be an infield single with an RBI. Back pick to third, not in time. Runner will cross at the plate. And that will be a single for Clark.
So you have 4 pitches there to Clark. Dylan Clark will score. Next hit again for the Wildcats. Catcher number 25, William Espinoza.
So Rodart moved over to third, Ward up to second, and Cash Clark beats out the throw to first.
And although not an error on the scorebook, a mental error for sure for the shortstop, got a little piece of that one on the swing, but unable to keep it fair. 0-1 to Espinoza.
It was a chopper. It was a short play. They weren't going to get an out at second because of the leads that the runners had. The only play was to first base on Clark.
I don't recall, but was everybody playing deep on that as opposed to infield in?
Yes.
Which is probably there's no outs, but also you want to keep it in front of you.
Yeah, you do.
You know, and he did. He ultimately took it on the third hop there, but it was just late.
His best play would have been at home. Dylan did not break from third base on the bump like on the hit, and he should have, not realizing it was a force.
Well, you got to know situational baseball, where you're at, what you're looking at defensively, especially in that situation. And I will die on the hill of that's a mental error.
Yes. But good for Clark because it puts him at 4 for 4 on the night with 2 doubles and 2 singles and an RBI and a run scored. He's having a night.
2 RBIs on his credit. That one in the first, or that one in the fifth there, and then his one back in the first.
Oh, there we go. Good night.
Have yourself a night, Cash Clark. Checks his swing there at home plate, does Espinoza. And it's a ball outside and down.
Count runs 2-2. Still nobody out here in the inning for the Wildcats, now leading by 7.
Again, a big opportunity for Espinoza here. Bases juiced.
I'm sorry, by 6.
Oh, 6, I'm sorry. Ochoa comes set and delivers. That one lifted to right center field. Tracking it is the right fielder. Tagging will be
Road Art.
And he's there in time. Sack to the 9, so that's going to be a first out, right?
Yes, sir.
5 pitches. Nice job there by Espinoza to earn himself the sacrifice fly. Now batting for the Wildcats, junior number 9, Brock Heber.
So Ward moving up to third base on the attempt to get Road Art out at the plate. So he moved up to third. Cash Clark at first. Runners on first and third on the corners. 1 out in the inning. 3 runs across here in the bottom half of the inning for the Wildcats. Catcher realizing that they have runners on first and third with 1 out.
And just a solid 5th inning for the Wildcats. Kind of mimicking what they did. Well, really, they've gone 2-3-0, 2-3. You know, that's a heck of a stat line.
It is. Called strike on Heber.
0-1 now to the big hitting right-hander. The delivery from Ochoa swung on and missed, pulling his head off the ball just a bit.
One thing, and it's hard for young ball players to understand, don't press at the plate.
Yeah.
Especially if you're struggling at the plate, you can't press. You got to dig in.
Well, now we're going to be into our second pitcher from the Panthers bullpen. That one well outside.
We got a balk called on the play. Runners both advance on the balk. So no stolen base for Cash Clark. Ethan Ward will come in and score from third.
So is there no pitch as well, right?
No pitch as well.
And that one was a ball. So it should remain 0-2.
0-2. I won't put a pitch on the board after this pitch. It's an 0-2 count.
I show that will be the 12th pitch.
That it is, and I do believe. No, it's the 11th pitch. I think that's strike 3. Strike 3 called on Brock Heber looking. I thought that's what he called. I wasn't for sure.
Oh, we're going to have a pinch hitter here. Number 6. Pinch hitting for the Wildcats. Now batting number 6, Rowdy Kenley. Kenley getting a rise from the crowd due to his choice of a walk-up song.
Man, we've had another bad pickoff move to second. Communication early on in the season for both squads, not what you would think.
Kenley, I believe this is his first action on the year.
It is.
Solid frame on the junior. First pitch to Kenley taken high, ball 1.
12 pitches in, 1-0 the count.
So, Tommy, right now I've got 4 to the first, 5 to the next one, which is 9, 10, 11, 12.
That's what I got on the
there,
board.
12. Okay, good. Good. That would hit hard, and that's going to be a single in the first plate appearance for Rowdy Kenley. Rounding third base is going to be Cash Clark.
And he is out at the plate.
So Cash will be put out. Yeah, and that's going to be
that's a base hit.
7-6-2. Oh, and that's going to be
that's an
inning ender.
Yes, sir.
So a single will be logged for Kenley.
Yes.
But Cash is put out, and that will end the half inning for the Wildcats. So great job there by Kenley to get that. So I've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 pitches.
Yes. No, 13. 13 pitches. One only pitch on that count, so 13 pitches.
Well, it should have been 2 because he had a ball the first pitch.
Yep, that was where we were at with 12 and then the 13th.
So I had 9 through the first 2, 12, 13, 14. So Heber back out on the bump for the Wildcats in the 6th inning. Due up this half for the Panthers. Lozano, Ochoa, Jacinto, 6, 7, 8, assuming no changes from the bench.
Wildcats able to plate 4 there in the bottom half of the 5th, extending that lead to 11-3 over the Panthers. And a hit brigade for the Wildcats tonight. We are at 13 hits.
Double-digit hits, and that's a heck of a night at the dish.
It is a good night at the dish for the Wildcats. Heber coming out for his 2nd inning of work, sitting at 27 pitches.
Leading off the 6th inning for the Panthers, number 7, Matthew Lozano.
Some defensive changes for your Wildcats. Number 12.
12 is going to be Max Doyle in right field.
Heber's first pitch.
Nice pitch there, down and away at the knees, and it's taken for a called strike. Again, I don't want to harp too much on the umpire in his zone, but I'm going to say it again. The zone has seemed to move a little bit and kind of expand and contract, especially at the extremes top and bottom. You would hope to have a little bit more consistency there.
Overall, hasn't been a bad game call, though.
No, not at all. And compared to the first game we had here at home, I think it was much better. Felt like we got squeezed a little bit that first game.
Absolutely. Fouled back at the plate. Brings the count to 1-2. Lozano, 0 for 2 tonight. 2 Ks.
And both of them looking.
Yes.
And his batting average, I believe, was 600 coming into the game. Absolutely. So the big hitter on paper as you come into the game, and thus far has been the least effective, honestly. The most least. That's terrible.
That was just high. 2-2 the count.
That one away. 3-2 for those at home. I would say watching, but I'll use that term loosely here. Probably going to be listening more so because of our camera troubles, but we do appreciate the fact that you're hanging with us. Hopefully we're doing a good enough job to paint a picture for you mentally since you can't see it. Wildcats currently up 11-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. And the opening batter, Lozano, is going to be placed on first base, earning the walk on a 7-pitch at bat. Now batting for the Panthers, number 22, Josh Ochoa. Ochoa now the pitcher of record for the Panthers. And on the night, 0 for 2, flying out to the right fielder in the 3rd inning and grounding out to the shortstop in the 4th.
They haven't had a lot of opportunities to have the first runner on base. Nice pitch, called strike.
The Wildcat defense, especially from the pitching position, have done a great job of getting that first batter out, not giving them opportunity to create runs and manufacture runs. So kudos to the Wildcats pitching staff, players, and coaching staff for seeing that through.
Fouled back and out of play.
So 0-2 count quickly to Ochoa. The score's 11 in favor of the Wildcats, 3 against them in favor of the Panthers. Again, we're here in the top of the 6th inning. The Wildcats of Taft Union High School District hosting the Panthers of Washington Union High School out of, I think we said Kings County, Fresno-ish, Fresno area,
Fresno
maybe
area.
be in Fresno. I'd like to remind everybody, please return those foul balls to your respective dugouts. Those little leather pearls are got to be running probably about $3 to $5 a piece
At least
for
right now.
competition baseballs at the high school level. You do those by the dozen, you're going to be up in the upper double digits very quickly. Nice pitch there.
That's strike 3 called. He just doesn't know it yet.
So Ochoa go down on strikes looking. Again, having a rough night at the plate. Now batting for the Panthers. Number 3, Joseph Perez. Number 13, Jared Jacinto. Not my fault. Perez is the DH guy. I only saw the 3 as he was coming past me. Actually, on the offensive side for the Panthers, Jacinto had a decent night. 1 for 1, walking in the 3rd and singling and scoring in the 5th. Also scored another run for the Panthers in the 3rd inning.
First pitch fouled away off to the right side. 0-1 the count. From the business manager point of view, we're losing baseballs left and right. Bud.
Yeah, and that can be costly, but that's the
name of the game.
Name of the game. Heber delivers. Big swing, back pick. So swung on and missed. The back pick unsuccessful of Lozano at first base. 1 down against the Panthers here in the 6th. 1 aboard at first in the form of Matthew Lozano, the former center fielder.
He wasn't far off on that back pick either. That was a good throw down from his knees.
From the knees. The delivery from Heber, that one lifted, probably going to be called by the pitcher.
Not going to have the distance, and it's going to be caught by the third baseman, Rodart, as he trips across the rubber.
Call that a home run in a phone booth, if I'm quoting my inspiration, Mr. Harry Carey. Now batting for the Panthers. Number 2, Dallin Findrup. Now, I think I just screwed up on the his number. It should have been number 2. I swore it said number 6 in the in the lineup card.
100% it did.
So 2 down, 1 aboard for the Panthers here in the 6th.
Oh, good pitch.
Nice pitch, does not get the call in the outside corner.
Umpire needs to look at the height of this young man.
So Heber has been, I wouldn't say inconsistent. He's been solid.
He's been solid,
Right?
definitely around the plate.
We got a little bit of a jam in the last half, and we let a couple pass the across the plate. But outside of those small instances where he's allowed runners, he's really kept them away from scoring.
Yeah, no, he has, and he's got comfortable, calmed down.
Definitely settled in this half inning. The delivery here, nice pitch again. Oh,
2-1 the count.
I'm not a fan of that, and I think that may be on the catcher there for kind of being too quick, unless it really missed the zone. But from this angle, it looks very good. I think William needs to slow down just a little bit there, especially near the edges. Give that umpire a good look. Now, this umpire, one thing he's not doing, he's not getting down into the slot. And we call that slot the area between where the batter is, basically the space between the batter and the catcher visually.
You know, he's sitting up directly behind the catcher's helmet. Crickets.
Crickets here. Hey, somebody liked it.
I'm surprised they're giving him this much time.
Where's the
what are we
Jeopardy?
talking about?
Where's my Jeopardy theme?
I mean, were we ordering pizza? Here we go. My goodness sakes alive. I've never seen a coach come out of the dugout more and talk to a batter after 2 strikes than I have this guy tonight.
So a 2-2 count here to the 9 batter in the Panthers lineup.
Trying to get his 10 minutes of fame and just get it at 2 minutes a pop.
That one off the end of the bat, swinging a little bit early there, but will remain alive in the count. 5 pitches deep now.
Two and two the count. 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. Runner at first base. He was the leadoff runner. Walked Then we have a strikeout and a flyout. Heber out of the stretch and into the pitch.
That one up and inside.
And that's going to run the count full.
Quality at bat as of the next pitch here. Not something that we've seen a lot of from this Panthers offense tonight.
No.
Although they did get a little bit in the third, I think the third inning?
Yeah.
They got a little bit there, and maybe a little bit the last half.
Pitch from Heber on its way. Taken for strike 3 called. Looking for a walk. Wasn't going to get it. And that'll do it for them in the top half of the 6th inning. Umpire does not like what's going on, and he just ran somebody out of the ball game. Manager comes out and wants to get his piece, but he's not going to get it. At this point, he has been tossed from the game. And I don't really know what he's griping about right there. That was a great pitch. But he is coming out, and he is getting his money's worth, and he has been ejected from the ball game at this point. The assistant coach will take over for the Panthers. You got to do it. It's too late now. You missed it. So a little bit of, we have no idea what's going on and who's going in and where they're going right now. He's yet to leave the field, but he has been ejected.
So we should be going to bottom 6 here. Due up this half for the Wildcats, these 7, 8, and 9 spots. Phillips or Murlack, Cash, and Clark, depending on what decisions are made from the Wildcats dugout. Looks like Chase is going to be the guy that gets the nod. He's holding the bat. I lost my playlist there. There we go.
I have no idea what's going on right now, but I do know that he has been ejected from the game. And
it may not be the manager or the head coach there. Maybe been a player.
Might have been Fender up.
It could have been maybe that batter.
That batter, Fender up.
Last batter up that half was going to be the 9-batter Fender up. That is the freshman, and you learn sometimes the hard way when to say things, keep your mouth shut, or just say it in the dugout. You know, they're obviously going to be frustrated at the outcome thus far, and I don't blame them.
But I will tell you, the umpire pointed at the dugout and tossed his fingers. And so I don't know if he was tossing out that guy and letting the coach know in that fashion, but coach came out pretty strong.
Yeah, he was definitely upset. So back is going to come the next batter after having a pinch hitter the last half inning. Leading off the 6th inning for the Wildcats, number 24, Chase Phillips. Phillips thus far 0 for 2, striking out twice in the 2nd and 3rd inning. Looking to get off the schneid here, help his team extend the lead and maybe get into the end of this game with a W. Murlack in his stead in the 4th inning, grounded out to the shortstop, and that ended the 4th inning. First pitch to Phillips outside, ball 1.
And we have Ochoa on the bump. Is that correct?
Ochoa still on the bump.
Yes.
Came into this half inning.
15 pitches.
14
14
pitches. That's why I had that there.
Outside, 2-0 here on Phillips. Wildcats having some fun in the dugout.
You know, it's easy to have a little bit of fun when you've got this kind of a lead. Round late on that one, so off the end of the bat and fouled to the left side by the lefty Phillips. You know, we alluded to it a couple different times. Phillips is basically a day 3 at baseball after finishing basketball on Tuesday. So still kind of getting in the groove. Probably hasn't taken a lot of BP. That one at the knees, but
Called the ball, 3-1 the count.
thank you.
No worries. That's why I'm here, Joshy.
Complimentary commentary.
Yes.
That one outside, so 5-pitch walk is going to put Phillips on base for the first time tonight. Now batting for the Wildcats.
Oh, no, that's not.
Sophomore number 26, Lane Cash.
So once again, the Wildcats with the leadoff runner on base. It's kind of been the MO of tonight's game.
Cash has had himself a good night. Technically 1 for 1, 2 walks, scored twice, and doubled in the third.
Looked at that with pitch down the middle. First called strike. 0-1 the count.
Second pitch does not catch the outside corner. Again, that's kind of where my gripe is. I know that would have gone against us, but a lot of times tonight he's been calling that.
That was a little deep, but you're right. That would have been the pitch that he would have rung you up on.
Nice pitch there. Looked like a little bit of movement top to bottom. Taken for a call strike, so Cash in a 1-2 hole here. I'm a little surprised we didn't go pinch runner for the guy at first base, given speed.
Can't come out of the game after that. He's already come out once.
Good call. That one hit hard, and Cash is going to earn himself another base hit.
Maybe. They had a force at second, and that one was hit tough. Phillips not the quick of foot.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 1, Dylan Clark.
Runners on first and second, nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. The hit streak continues for the Wildcats with their 14th hit of the evening. Dylan Clark up to bat. Dylan is 2 for 3. 2 singles and a strikeout here tonight.
Yeah, it's a heck of a night offensively, and what a night to break out on for the Cats, especially at home under the lights against a quality team. First pitch to Clark is going to be taken for a strike. Don't let the score fool you guys. This Washington Union team is very good.
Yes, they are.
Wildcats themselves, no slouch. And so it's nice to see us come back out and have a good effort against a good team that we struggled with a little bit last Saturday.
0-2 the count. That pitch, curveball taken on the outside corner or left-handed batter's box, whichever way you wanted to call it.
The delivery from Ochoa, curveball, does not stays high, does not catch the zone. And so the count's 1-2 here to Dylan Clark.
That's the second time in this inning the catcher's throw back to the pitcher has been high. He's got runners on base. Might want to be careful with that.
That one in the dirt. So count even now at 2. Interestingly enough, we saw Max Doyle in right field defensively. Assuming what we saw is correct. I'm curious where he fits into the lineup, if we did see that correctly.
Crabtree.
Perfect. Attaboy. Thank you.
You're welcome. Once again, I'm the backup commentary. I'm just saying.
I would say backup. You are co-commentary.
Oh, co-commentary.
Right. Got to make sure that we're positively affirming each other.
Yes, because nobody else is going to.
Absolutely. I'll pat your bat, you pat mine.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-2 count here on Dylan Clark. Runners at first and second, nobody out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Wildcats with ducks on the pond looking to extend the lead.
Nice ball hit right up the middle, and that's going to move all the runners. Yes, it does. So a single for Dylan Clark. That's going to be a 6-pitch at bat. And back to the top of the order we go for the Wildcats. Now batting for the Wildcats, senior number 3, Carson Rodart.
So I'm going to assume now that the manager came out and he's still in the ballgame that would be the player that was ejected from the game.
With a pitcher. which was Ochoa. So Ochoa ultimately, now that we're in the sixth inning, would have gone 1 1/3.
1 1/3, yes. And number 11 now is coming in.
11 is going to be Devin Leyba. Now toeing the rubber for the Panthers, number 11, Devin Leyba.
Wildcats coming into tonight have really put on a show. That is their 15 hits of the game, and to be honest with you, that hit count, Coach Matty's going to be very, very pleased.
What a way to start the weekend.
Yes.
I did have it with me, and I'm sorry, but I will look it up. In looking ahead at the schedule in front of the Wildcats, it's going to be nice to ride into that next game, which I believe is a tournament game over at Lompoc on the 24th. So actually, they go tomorrow to play Lompoc.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a tournament game now that I say that, but definitely an opponent on the road. Definitely have some confidence going into tomorrow's game.
Yes, they do, for sure.
Got to queue up this one for the end of the game. Make sure I don't forget that. And I tell you what, maybe that second energy drink wasn't a good idea. I'm a little
jittery,
squirmy.
A little squirmy. Well, you notice that my second drink tonight became in the term of Sprite.
I think either one of them would have been problematic for me. I didn't make good use of the facilities prior to coming in the booth.
Well, I feel you. 100% in that ballpark.
Once again, now batting for the Wildcats, number 3, Carson Rodart.
Rodart has been on base all 4 times that he has been up tonight. Doubled in the first, singled in the second, walked in the fourth, and then doubled in the fifth. Off the wall, by the way.
The top 3 in the lineup and the bottom 2 have been absolute rock stars for the Wildcats tonight. First pitch to Carson, taken for a ball high. How do you call a player of the game when the 5 of your 9 players are knocking it out of the park?
Yeah, you don't.
Almost literally.
You just give it to the young guns at the top.
Absolutely.
And he got hit again.
So Carson's going to find his way on the second pitch, hit by pitch for the second time tonight, earning himself the free pass the hard way.
Phillips will come in to score. Gets the RBI.
Yeah, he does.
Not the way he wants it.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 4, Ethan Ward. Ward lifts that one down the right side, but looks to be trailing foul. Goodness gracious me.
My scorebook's becoming a little awkward looking.
Yeah, well, hey.
But it's in a good way, and I'm okay with it.
As somebody who's a relative homer, this is the types of scorebooks I like to see, even if it makes it a little more difficult.
Yes, sir. Nice pitch.
Curveball there, yeah, taken for a called strike. Lots of movement there, although not very fast.
No.
Moving basically, I don't know what you call it, 11-4.
11-4 for sure. That was a good curveball. Had a lot of break to it.
0-2 count now to Ward. Bases juiced. No outs in the Wildcats' sixth. Taken. I think he liked it, but not enough to put the bat on it.
Well, I think he was I'm not going to go down on a strikeout with a curveball again. I have Ward 1 for 3 tonight. What do you have?
I have Ward
2 for 4.
Single, walk, strikeout. So 1
for 3.
1 for 2. Singling in the first, striking out in the second, walking in. I'm sorry.
Striking out in the fourth
yes.
as well. So I have 1 for 3.
1 for 3. That's
1 for
correct.
3. Okay.
Still a 1-2 count here to Ward. Looking to add an RBI to his tally tonight. That one outside in the dirt. 2-2 count.
Now, for sure, up 12-3, I'm not going to say anything, but I will tell you the pitcher coming separated from his glove the way he does right before he pitches, that is a balk. Good there, good there. Okay, he didn't do it this time.
That one in on the hands, taken for a called strike.
3.
So that is the first out of this half inning. 5 pitches. Now batting for the Wildcats, junior number 2, Cash Clark.
Clark 4 for 4 with 2 doubles and 2 singles. Bases are loaded here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Wildcats already have a run across to make it 12-3. 15 hits for the Wildcats tonight.
Another big opportunity for Cash Clark. That would hit hard down the line and foul. Man, that one would have been trouble. Probably enough to score 2.
For sure.
And if there is some speed in front of him, that's the type of ball that can put Cash on third base and clear the bases.
That was definitely a good pop right there. I think the umpire is looking for some balls. I don't think he's going over to talk to the dugout.
Either that or Coach Les got a little lippy thinking that one might have been fair, but definitely foul. And I'm just giving Coach Les a hard time. For those of you watching at home right now, if the picture is a little bit dull, we apologize, a little bit dark. We've got some technical issues tonight in terms of our visual feed, but our audio feed is just as good as any and ever. Wildcats currently lead 12-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-1 count on the batter, Cash Clark, with 1 down and the bases loaded.
I'm almost positive we've ran out of baseballs.
Well, that's given how many hits we've got, which is 15 thus far in favor of the Wildcats. I'm not surprised. Lots of balls fouled off tonight. Made the request multiple times over the PA to have people return them, but everybody wants a souvenir.
I think that's what they went to the Panthers dugout and said, hey, if those foul balls have come back in, bring them back.
I tell you what, if he continues it on here, they're going to use some of those foul balls to ask Cash Clark for his autograph tonight. That one lifted to shallow left center.
It's going to be a sack at worst. He missed it.
Error on the left fielder there is going to plate at least one. E7. And so we're going to plate, is that Lane Cash?
Yes.
Dylan Clark moves to third base.
And Cash Clark is on for the 5th time, even though it was an E.
Next to bat for the Wildcats, number 25, William Espinoza. Yeah, so Cash keeps his perfect streak alive for tonight's game. Gets himself, he does not get an RBI there.
Would have if he'd have caught it.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that's okay. I think he's already got 2 to his credit thus far. He's scored a run. Espinoza, that one right up the, very nice. Oh, man.
Tough to do right there. Nothing you can do about that double play ball. That ball was hit right back at the pitcher, caught, hung Cash Clark out to dry at first base to end the inning for the Wildcats. And just like that, we go to the top half of the 7th inning. Once again, the Wildcats plated 2 in that inning, and they lead 13-3. We'll be back. We are hot.
Due up this half for the Panthers to kick off the 7th, the 1, 2, and 3 batters, Morris, Fendrup, and Zuniga. Back in the bump for another inning of work is the junior Heber for the Wildcats.
So like we said, the Wildcats are on the road tomorrow at Lompoc. They've had 2 games already this week. I know that Brock Heber finished out the game against Lindsay on Tuesday night, coming in to finish out tonight's game. That leaves, who does that leave to throw tomorrow?
So you're going to have Carson.
Rodart.
I don't know if Carson's thrown thus far this week. I don't know that Cash has thrown this
Clark
week.
has not thrown this week.
Chase Phillips hasn't thrown this week. The Wildcats, definitely not lacking for starting pitching depth.
Absolutely not.
Leading off the 7th inning for the Panthers, number 12, Trey Morris. Morris on the night, 0 for 1, reaching on an error and scoring in the 5th, reaching on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, and striking out, got the hiccups in the 1st. So the big bat, really, I mean, to be honest with you, yet to show up thus far for the Panthers. And to the Wildcats' credit, both the pitching staff are executing and the folks in the dugout, Coach Don, Coach Matt, calling pitches.
Doing a good job keeping him off the base path.
Absolutely. Wildcats at the Lompoc Braves tomorrow. The Braves themselves 0-2 thus far, according to Max Preps.
First pitch up and outside for ball 1. 1-0 to Morris.
Oh, man. Oh, that one gets
Just a bit outside.
I like it.
Bob Uecker style.
Absolutely. If you have not, have you ever not thought about or actually watched the movie Major League, I would highly encourage you. Not only is it a fantastic movie, you will get some of our jokes.
Some of them.
We do tend to keep some of the dirty water out of the press box, so don't get any wrong ideas when you see, Bob and his compadre up there. Especially when times are tough for the Bravos.
Yes.
Fortunately, not tough on the Wildcats' part tonight. 13 runs on 15 hits.
3-0 here on Morris.
That one outside, so a 4-pitch walk issued to the big bat Morris.
I'm almost certain that they're okay with that.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 4, Davin Findrup.
Well, that 4-pitch walk will get Coach Matty out to at least talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, with this type of lead, you're probably not going
Who's
to
taking the ball?
Oh, interesting. So do we go with, is that short? That's
He went to
Rodar.
Cash
Oh,
Clark.
Cash.
Why not? Cash has had the night. Let him have it.
Yep, absolutely. Come in and save. Well, it's not a save opportunity, but definitely get an opportunity to throw. If you keep his pitch count under, I think it's 25, he's still eligible to pitch tomorrow. I believe that's the way they changed those rules a couple years ago for high school ball. Now towing the rubber for the Wildcats, number 2, Cash Clark.
Finished with 50 pitches.
Final pitch count for Heber, 5-0, 50 pitches through basically two full innings of work.
Yes.
Oh, let's see here. Let's get some music going on.
Coach Matty has in his repertoire, and this is what I love about him, he has it planned out. Who's going to go where. I mean, he does do some situational things when a pitcher's hot or if a kid's hot. But in this situation, guaranteed that Matty was like, he's our third pitcher in tonight.
Absolutely. And Tommy, I'll be honest with you. It's a heck of a lot funner to be up here in the booth and to be doing this type of commentary and putting in all the work that we're putting in, to be honest with you, when the Wildcats are successful. Tonight, the epitome of that, to say the least.
Yes, for sure.
Once again, now batting for the Panthers, number 4, Davin Findrup.
And this kid had a decent kind of walk up to that whole plate appearance. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, well, thus far tonight, he's got a single, a fly out, and a walk to his credit. That one chopped to the left side. Foul. So first pitch swinging, looking to get something going with a runner aboard. Down 10 runs at this point. When did we put up that 10th run? I'm not so sure that we shouldn't have called the game.
We just put it up in the top, our bottom half.
And that should have been the ball game.
It should have been the ball
game. But, is what it is. They want to keep playing. They'll keep playing. Cash throwing hard and leaves that one high on the fastball.
That is a good point. We run ruled them.
We did. Not sure if it's just not something that's the focal point right now or why we're not doing it. But, hey, they traveled all the way down. You may as well get in some extra ABs. Great pitch there, swung on and missed. 1-2 count for Findrup. Like I said, flew out in the first to the left fielder, singled in the third, and walked in the 5th inning. Has not plated himself tonight, but does have an RBI to his credit. A little cross up there between the catcher and pitcher on location.
2-2 the count. Runner on first, nobody out here in the inning.
If you happen to be somebody who's either watching later on somewhere in the future or tonight live with us, thank you for staying with us tonight, as the video has been a little bit of a struggle. First time under the lights and first time under the lights without Rex. That one chopped down foul to the right side. So 5 pitches in for Findrup, the second batter this half. But back to video, we're going to have that fixed for you next time, but hopefully we didn't scare you off. And obviously, if you're still here, we didn't with all the audio commentary. With all the action we've had, Tom, we've had plenty of time to keep people engaged.
Well, for sure. Strike 3
Beautiful
call.
pitch there.
Knew it when he walked away. He's like, oh, I missed that one.
So that'll be the first out of this half for the Panthers. Now batting for Washington Union, number 9, Max Zuniga. Zuniga on the day, 0 for 2. Well, he grounded out the first 2 times to the pitcher. I didn't write down
He
what
had a
happened.
base hit.
Single, that's what it was. Okay. So
First
one
pitch.
1 for 3.
First pitch to him in this at bat, 1-0. Ball taken low. Pitch runner over at first base for Morris. Looks to be number 16. Ground ball to the left side of the field. Foul. Count moves to 1-1. 1 out, 1 on, 1-1 count.
Cash Clark, a third-year starter for the Wildcats, a junior this year, younger brother to the elder Logan Clark, now a catcher with the Guardians organization, currently a spring training, I believe, in Goodyear, Arizona.
Yes, he left on Tuesday, I believe.
Good luck to Logan again as you continue your journey through professional ball. Your little brother doing you proud here.
Had a great night at the plate, now finishing up on the bump.
Absolutely. Nice fastball there taken for a called strike. So Zuniga 1-2. Now, wouldn't it be nice to get some sort of dribbler up the middle, finish on a double play, and do it the right way? Either way, Cash Clark looking to get an out here and move us one step closer to the W. That one chopped to the right side.
Dribbler. Handled by the second baseman, but not in time at first base. Great play by Ben Nuncio to get over and field that ball. Fantastic range right there.
Yeah, great job. It did keep the runner from moving an additional base. So 2 aboard now, 1 down for the Panthers. Now batting for the Panthers, number 11, Devin Leba. Leba himself 0 for 3 on the night. 2 strikeouts and a ground out on his score sheet so far. Big swinger, and he swung on that one and missed.
I'll tell you right now, the batter, that last batter, did not think that Nuncio had a shot at getting there, and he trotted to first and almost was thrown out at first base. Nuncio made a great play on that ball. Nice
Big
pitch.
Curveball there. It looks like the umpire did like it, but he didn't call it. So a 1-1 count now. To Nuncio's credit, he's the pitcher of record. He's going to get the W tonight for the Wildcats, assuming the status quo holds and they don't score another 12 runs or 11 runs this half. Great outing, and, of course, defensive play.
That's a fly ball to right.
Oh, no, that's going to be misplayed by the right fielder. That looks like it's Doyle. The relay throw, will it be not in time? Oh, no. Great job there by the catcher to come off and get that. A little bit of an errant throw from the first baseman, Phillips. And so it'll be E9. And that's going to put Leba on first, plating Morris. So Zuniga will find himself to third base, and now batting for the Panthers. Now batting for the Panthers, number 15, Gavin Wharton. Wharton himself 0 for 2, reaching on an error in the fourth, but striking out his other 2 plate appearances tonight. First and third situation brings Espinoza out to give some signals. And the pitch from Clark. Beautiful pitch, catches the outside corner. 0-1. Another big swing and another miss there.
0-2 the count. Going back to that last play, I understand that we get people in and out of the games. It's frustrating for a pitcher, though, when the ball's hit and it should be caught.
Yeah. Max Doyle, inexperienced in right field. That one's going to be worn by Wharton. He's going to earn himself a 3-pitch free pass the hard way.
And this, honestly, this is how things go. You get too lackadaisical, you think the game's in hand, and the next thing you know, you got the bases loaded with 1 out.
So 16 pitches thus far for – oh, I have 16, Tommy.
You probably are right.
Six to the first, 4 to the second, and then 3 consecutive to the next 2. Now batting for the Panthers, number 7, Matthew Lozano. Bases juiced for the Panthers here.
1 out in the inning.
Down 9 here in the 7th. They're down to their last 2 outs. Nice pitch there on the outside. 0 for 0 and 1. You know, Cash has got some great
velocity.
Nice velocity. I think especially the last time he pitched against CBC, he was getting squeezed a little bit, so he got a little frustrated, had to leave the ball up, and that led to a couple at least hits or fly balls. If he can keep his composure here, he can get out of this without really being scathed. That one inside. So 3 pitches there, another hit by pitch. That will play to another run.
Not the way the Wildcats wanted to finish this game out.
Definitely not. Now batting for the Panthers, number 22, Josh Ochoa. Now Ochoa himself, 0 for 3, a strikeout, a ground out, and a fly out. So I'm not sure there's any other way to get out, but he's found them tonight.
Cash is a little frustrated.
First pitch to Ochoa is a ball high. You know, needs to stay within himself here. If I was William, I'd probably call timeout and just say, hey, you know, give me some time. I'm going to go talk to him. You definitely see a little bit of discouragement on Cash's face, which I get it. He's a competitor.
Yeah.
But given the night he's had at the plate and where we're at as far as the score goes, I would just encourage him. Hey, let's settle down. Get some outs. All he needs is 2. You can even trade outs for runs if you want to.
At this point. 3-0 the count.
Nice pitch there, coming back into the positive area of the pitch count. Or not pitch count, the count on the batter. 3-1. That one chopped up the middle. Could be a double play ball, depending on how it's played. But a fielder's choice.
And a run will score. Runners will advance to second and third, getting the out at first. 6-3 for the second out of the inning. And like you just said, trade outs for runs.
Now batting for the Panthers, number 13, Jared Jacinto. So Jacinto tonight, a single, a walk, and a fly out. 1 for 2. He has scored twice tonight.
The Panthers are down to their last out, an 0-1 count on Jacinto.
That one up the middle, and that one should do it, assuming it's played nicely. Fielded easily by Rodart. Dug out nicely by Phillips, and that will do it.
That will do it. Let's hear it, Josh. First time all season.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, your final score here tonight, Wildcats 13, Panthers 3. Wildcats win, Wildcats win, Wildcats win.
For a night, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final score tonight, Wildcats 13, Panthers 6, excuse me. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Wish everyone well on their way home if you're traveling up the valley. Or if you're just traveling down the street, we wish you well as well. Thank you for coming out. Wildcats back in action tomorrow on the road against Lompoc. Game time set for 12 o'clock as of right now. Once again, we appreciate y'all coming out. We'd ask that you pick up after yourself on the way out. Find this trash can if you've got something to toss. And we'll see you back here the next time the Wildcats play under the lights next week. So, Tommy, with that said, heck of a game for the Wildcats tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the offensive onslaught, let's not talk about the last 3 runs that they just scored. We had a couple of errors that we shouldn't have had towards the end of that game. But, I mean, let's be real. 15 hits, 13 runs. The Wildcats definitely had their bats working tonight, definitely had the offense going. You had Cash Clark and Carson Rodart at the top of the lineup to just really going after it. Even the bottom 2 of the lineup in Lane Cash and Dylan Clark, those 4 boys right there were hot.
Yeah,
and when you get that kind of 8-9-1-2 going off or 8-9-1-3 going off like that, you're going to have that's a recipe for success.
Yep, absolutely. It's hard to say better than that. We talked about it all night long. 15 hits for the Wildcats. It's hard to see now, getting old. But 13 runs is fantastic. 15 hits is an even better indicator of how you swung the bat. And against quality competition, that's something to hang your hat on.
No, for sure. And I'm hoping Coach Matty comes back and listens to this game, and because he's not going to watch it, but he can listen to it.
Yeah,
and
for those folks who did happen to watch us all the way through, we appreciate it very, very much.
We
had some trouble with the video, so thanks for sticking with us. We hope that it wasn't too unbearable having to listen to us more so than normal, but we felt like we did a good job.
I think we did okay.
Pat on the back
Pat
for you.
on the back for you too,
now
Bub.
return the favor. Atta baby. We're
now,
good.
I will say, Rex, if you're listening, son, we need to get you somewhere on the way that we can figure out how to get this game for the night games going, because that's what Matt likes to do, is run his games at 6 o'clock. And so we're going to need to be able to figure this camera out to where it works and gives us a nighttime vision so we can see the game.
Yeah, so the Wildcats are on the road for their next 3 contests, as we mentioned. 12 o'clock tomorrow at Lompoc. On the 28th, which I believe is Wednesday next week, 3:30 contest at Pioneer Valley, so a coastal swing for the Cats. And then another game on the 29th at East High in Bakersfield, 3:30 first pitch scheduled. We're back here at home, although not here at Monty Reedy Field, on the 2nd for the Taft Baseball Showcase, as Taft takes on Paso Robles over at the field at Taft College.
Oh, really?
Yep, so our next broadcast that I'm aware of will likely be, where are we at here, against Liberty, April 5th. Now, that seems like a long time away.
That seems like, it's over a month away.
It is a month away, so fortunately for folks, they're going to get a little bit of a break from us. But back home, the next time on a broadcast will be April 5th. And that is not an April Fool's joke. So the Wildcats on the road a little bit, but definitely taking a nice win and a 2-1 record into that road swing.
Yeah, and to be honest, Lompoc, Pioneer Valley, and East Bakersfield, Wildcats should have some decent, play out of that and should be able to get something going against those teams and get that record up to where it should be. Again, dropping their first game to Central Valley, but then in the last 2 have just really picked it up, scored some runs, got the bats alive, looking like Wildcat baseball. Still have some kinks to work out as far as pitching goes, but I'm pretty excited that Coach Matty's got the Wildcats where they need to be against quality ball clubs.
Absolutely. So, folks, we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Wildcats win, Wildcats win, Wildcats win. A 13-6 final score here at Monty Reedy Field. And we'll see you next time. On behalf of Tommy White, I'm Josh Bryant. Go Cats.